The following is intended for mature audiences only. Discretion is advised.
Thank you so much for downloading this episode of So What Do You Really Do, the podcast where I, your host, Dennis Mallard, speak with artists and entertainers about their day jobs. On the podcast today is singer from the band Mickey Rickshaw, which is a Celtic, Irish punk band here in the Boston area, Mike Rickshaw. Mike is actually the only member of the band that showed up. In fairness, Mike and I met probably around December when I started the podcast, January, December, somewhere around that. And he was working for Wayfair as a videographer at the time, just making like web videos and commercials and stuff for them. And I was like, all right, interesting. I met him and three members of the band. So 4 members were there, him and 3 others. One of them was his drummer. We'll talk about it on the podcast, but basically it was a comedy open mic. They played at the location beforehand, and their drummer got out of control, started heckling people, and needed to be kicked out. And then Mike and I were talking during the open mic, and I was like, hey, you guys got to come in on the podcast sometime. So we've been trying to get this together for quite a few number of months now, and at one point I'm pretty sure he forgot who I was and that we even spoke. And we were able to make it happen today, so at least I got him on because it's a very interesting conversation with a musician. So we're going to put a cap at end on Music Month maybe with this podcast. I don't know. I'm going to see who else I can get in. Things are so busy for me right now, you guys. Which is good. It's good busy. I realized yesterday when I was recording this podcast with Mike that I have not been to an open mic in 15 days. I have not been on stage in 15 days since I was back in Baltimore for my buddy's wedding when I did a show at Zizimo's, which, by the way, went fantastic. It was absolutely great for me. I had a great killer set opening up for a couple improv groups and a musical comedy group and a live podcast that was fine. I could not have been any happier with the way things went that night. It's making me it's the set I've been working on right now about my health issues. So, and it went smashingly. And the set's been doing well, but it's always a hard one to sell people on because you have to be so jovial when you talk about, so I had 2 heart attacks and a stroke and I almost died. You don't want to bum people out with that. And you don't want to be too self-deprecating, which the set is a little bit like, I don't know. I think it's a great set. I'm looking forward to writing more and more stuff about almost dying. Maybe I should be so depressed about this. I'm getting great material out of this health incident. Anyway. So yeah, I haven't been on stage since then, and I realized this the other day, and I'm like now kind of freaking out about it. So tonight, I'm going to make sure that I go hit up 2 open mics, because it's Labor Day weekend, and I don't have to go to work tomorrow. So I'm going to make sure that I hit up a couple open mics tonight. At least 1. I'm going to try and hit 2. Work out some new jokes. Some new jokes that I've been working on for a while now. We'll see how that goes. Anyway, happy Labor Day weekend. You're probably listening to this after Labor Day because I'm going to post this up Sunday night right now. It's going to get posted tonight, but nobody will know about it until later. Nobody will ever know about this podcast. No. But no, the band is really good. I'm glad I got Mike in here to talk to him. I feel bad I haven't gone and seen his band yet. I like to go see musicians. I like to go see bands, but I'm going to get my chance to go see them November 1st because they're playing with the Interrupters, which is an amazing punk, ska band. Basically, disciples of Tim Armstrong from Rancid. Yeah, I'm kind of excited to go see them. They're really good. It's a female singer and a couple other guys in the band, and it's basically just continuing what Tim Armstrong did with his solo record, which I really enjoyed. And I really enjoyed these guys too, Mickey Rickshaw, from the music that I've heard. I haven't seen them live yet, but like I said, I've been listening to their CDs, their music online. If you want to check them out, go to mickeyrickshaw.bandcamp.com or stick around to the end of the podcast. We're going to put a brand new song, Nonprofit Warfare, is going to be tacked down at the end of the podcast. So stick around for that. And if you're going to have to stick around through that, you're going to have to listen to my podcast right now with lead singer, videographer of the band Mickey Rickshaw, Mike Rickshaw. The room, I've been traveling, in and out of town, and just moving around and stuff. So I haven't been cleaning the studio as much as I used to. Mm-hmm. So it's kind of a mess. It's driving me crazy.
No, I understand that.
Yeah, when you're on the road, you guys travel a lot, right?
Yeah. So I mean, I do a lot of traveling. I do a lot of like solo, just like I just kind of like take off and yeah, all sorts of shit. And then so I'm a videographer.
Yeah, for Wayfair.
Yeah, so I actually just quit them like 2 months ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you find a better gig?
Yeah, I mean, like the team kind of restructured, and I don't know. I had a new manager that I was just kind of not wanting to, work for.
Okay.
So then I don't know. I kind of like saw what freelance stuff I had going on, and then like cranked it up, and I figured like, wow, I can make the same exact amount of money with like way less hours.
Yeah, and working for yourself, not having to answer to somebody.
Yeah. So then and then my buddy who runs he's like a famous Viner, but now he does like.
Who's your buddy?
His name is Elton Castay.
Okay, no, I haven't heard of him.
Yeah, there's like so many. That whole like world of like Vine is so weird.
Very weird.
He lives at this house of other Viners.
What?
But they're all
the Viner Combine.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, they're all transitioning into YouTube because Vine, like, they can't make money off anymore.
Yeah, Vine's going out.
Yeah, so YouTube is what they're all getting into. So I flew out there to start up a YouTube channel for two of them, to kind of like do their videography and edit and teach them how to edit. So I was out there for like a month.
And where's that at?
So
it's not in Boston, obviously.
No. So that was in California. So we took an
Okay.
RV from San Diego up to Sonoma for like a month, every day, like doing a different like bucket list activity and like vlogging.
Okay.
So now they're trying to hustle the vlog world. So
yeah, it's weird that the YouTube community is still that big right now. Like the vlogging is still a pretty popular thing. Because if you think about it, it doesn't make much sense why it's popular to begin with.
I mean, I kind of understand. It's like so it's like reality television.
Yeah.
Except it's so reality. It's just voyeurism for like young teenagers to just like watch some like.
Yeah, that's the thing about it. But sometimes you think it's like, why does anybody want to watch that though?
Yeah.
Like there's Casey
Neistat.
He's charming.
Right.
But his videos aren't that great. Quality-wise, they're not that great. They're not that interesting. And really what it is, and I've explained to people, I figured out immediately why I watch it, why he's popular. Because he gets to do shit that nobody else gets to do.
Yeah.
He gets to, like, I did some thing with, I don't remember. There was basically a meetup of people who wanted to make films and stuff and video projects. So I met up with them just to see what was going on, because as a comedian, we need a good source of people with video skills.
Yeah, totally.
Like for making sketches, web stuff. So I went to it and I was hanging out, and they played a lot of Casey Neistat's, whatever his name is, videos, and people were like, "Oh, this is great." I'm like, "No, there's no substance. There's no content." Yeah, he can tell a story, but his story is, I got to fly first class on Iceland Air and eat this awesome meal, and you didn't. Yeah. He doesn't rub it in your face, but that's basically what it's like. So as a content creator, much like yourself.
Totally, yeah. He's good at storytelling, so he can.
Yeah.
Okay.
He takes the most minuscule things and makes a story out of it.
Right. So if he was in my, like, if I was to vlog the way he was today, the whole day I'd sit there and be like, all right, so I'm gonna go do this podcast, and we're gonna go there, and then like, I don't know. He has a good way of like telling the story in a way that you watch it like without even paying attention. You're like, holy shit! I just watched 6 minutes.
Yeah. He does a good job telling stories through visuals.
Yeah.
And he does nice narrating. He's comfortable on a microphone, but his stories are all based around getting to do cool shit.
Yeah, totally.
That
and
none of us.
What's interesting is
it's a jealousy story.
Yeah, totally. And he's one of like the more successful vloggers, but some of the younger kids who still make money off of it, like good money off of it, they literally film nothing. It's just them hanging out with their friends, and then they just have like hundreds of thousands of followers who just love them, so they just watch every video they put up.
Yeah, so and it's because they somehow are charming enough to make them feel comfortable and make them feel like they're friends through a video. Totally. And now it's not, I'm watching somebody, I'm not watching a celebrity, I'm watching a friend.
It's weird. It's a weird world.
It's very weird.
Every time I'm like, oh no, whatever. Like as I get older, I'll totally still understand the youth. Said every generation ever. Yeah. And then I'm like, okay, I really don't get it now. Like,
dude, I'm 35. I work in radio, and I was always a guy on top of what was going on musically. And now, since I moved here to Boston, I'm still in radio, but I'm working. I do traffic. I do traffic reports.
Yeah.
So I don't work for a music station. I'm not even in a building with a music station. Music has fallen to the wayside of my knowledge. I have no idea what's going on. Like, I'm so out of touch with music. Weird Al released an album of songs, and I didn't know what he was parodying for half of them. And I never wanted to be that guy. I don't want to be the guy who's 35 and like, oh, I don't know. Oh, that's a new song. Oh, I don't like it, and I don't know what it is.
Yeah.
at least I want to know what it is, whether I like it or not. I don't want to be the old guy that's like, come on, guys, I'm at the club, like listening to Rihanna's newest song. But I want to know what Rihanna's new song is. I just don't want to have to like it if I don't have to. If I don't want to.
My whole life have always felt out of touch with whatever like pop music was.
Yeah.
Not on purpose. I'm not one of those like, rebellious kids who's like, I don't listen to radio. But like, I just never listen to pop music. And I always have these sobering moments where I'm at a club, which is always a horrifying experience anyway. And then I look around and everyone's singing a song and I like don't know it.
Yeah.
And then like I have like flashbacks to like dreams I had and I'm like making sure I'm not naked or something. You know what I mean? Like I'm looking around, everyone knows it but me, and they're like looking at me to like sing along, and I'm like, it's terrible.
No, I worked in a hip hop club for 7 years.
Yeah.
So I've been in that environment where it's so you don't feel comfortable because I'm listening to the Misfits on my drive to the club to work that night, and then we're playing Flo Rida all night long.
Yeah.
And you feel so out of place. At least I'm in part of that environment. I can't imagine how awkward it feels to be somebody who's not even been anywhere near that stuff. Like, because your band's pretty much a cult Irish punk band.
Yeah. Like
it's so hard. Like, do we have that genre nailed down of what we could say that is?
I don't know. We just say like Celtic folk punk. Like,
okay.
I have no idea. Easier than getting like grouped into like the Irish thing, because then you have like, I don't know, a bunch of Dropkicks fans who are like expecting us to sing about like Ireland and hockey. And we're not doing that at all.
No, yeah, because why would you? Oh, you guys do mention Boston in your songs.
A little bit, yeah.
Yeah, because I was re-listening to the newest album on my way back here, just to get re-familiar with the songs.
Yeah.
And you guys, you mentioned some hometown stuff.
Yeah, totally.
But there's only certain cities you can get away with that.
Yeah. See, there's a lot of like location stuff because I don't know. It's just kind of like I like to think of it as storytelling. I like to like set a scene sometimes, or I'll sing about specific areas or events or whatever. But it's never in a way like, this is our home, this is our sports team. You know what I mean? Like.
So you don't you guys don't have a Bruins song.
Not yet. Not yet.
You're like, we're not writing songs that we want the Red Sox to play at the stadium yet.
Once we throw that Dropkick money at us and we'll do it.
Yeah.
I will sell out immediately. I have no qualms about selling out. I would sell out my own band in a heartbeat to not have passion in the music. But make money off of it.
Because it hurts a little bit. Like when you put your heart and soul into a song and then somebody doesn't like it, that hurts so much.
I would much rather put zero passion into singing about the Patriots and make $1,000 every time the song plays on like the Monday Night Football recap.
Yeah. Then to work hard about writing something that means something to you. Yeah. At this point, yeah.
That emotional, like, artistic bull, that no one even cares about that. Just leave that for your fucking MySpace posts.
Or let's bring that up, because I know that MySpace is still a thing, and the big joke is because it's become mostly for bands, because Justin Timberlake bought it and then sold it again. Right. Are you guys on it, or am I just talking? No, you're not. Okay. A lot of bands have gotten on MySpace, and they're probably the same bands that insist on releasing their newest record on cassette. But
yeah, I have no idea. I don't even know what MySpace is anymore.
You're old enough to remember what it was.
Oh, no, totally what it was.
Because you're about my age, right? I'm 35. You're what, 32, 33?
27.
27? I don't know.
I have no idea what it is now. Because
nobody cares, yeah.
Right. I mean, it's
so passé.
There's no need for it. That gap in the market has been filled with so many social media outlets.
Basically, Justin Timberlake bought it a number of years ago and tried to turn it into Bandcamp.
Right.
Basically,
but he did a terrible job. And like, I go to listen to my old bands on it, or like my old friends' bands or whatever, and it won't play. Like the actual like software built into the website like doesn't work that well at all. And I have like really nice like computer like for video editing. I have like the fastest internet. And MySpace player won't work. Yeah. So I don't know. I don't think it's doing well.
Okay. Well, there are a lot of bands connected on it. I thought we could have talked about that. Apparently not. Timberlake bought it, tried to turn it into the new Bandcamp, right? But it already had that stigma of being out of date and passe.
Right.
And of course, obviously, software issues.
You don't escape the tequila diaspora. And
that's right. She did get popular from that.
Right. And then it's like you think MySpace, and I don't know, you just think of like, I just think of 2005 like emo kids when that was a thing.
Yeah, basically. That's what glitter sparkling messages to your friends.
Totally. They built such a brand. They didn't even build the brand. Like a bunch of teenagers wearing Hot Topic built the brand for them against their own wishes and drove it into the ground.
Basically. Yeah.
Like it wasn't even their doing.
But
it's kind of like when like fans ruin a band.
Oh, like Blink-182 fans?
Blink-182, Dropkicks, or what's another good one? Sublime, maybe? I don't know.
Oh, yeah. Sublime fans definitely have ruined Sublime because I love Sublime.
Great band. Great
but
music.
Their fans are terrible.
Right, yeah.
Their fans are the bane of society.
Right. And then the worst is if you've ever seen Badfish, you just go and you just see a dance floor bumping and grinding to like ska music. Like,
I've heard of Badfish, but I've never seen them.
They're a Sublime
because I don't want to see. Yeah, you said it right. Despite what they call themselves, a tribute band, they're a Sublime cover band.
Right,
exactly
right.
Tribute band just makes you charge $300 more to play a place. That's basically what that does.
Last time I heard, they made $7,000 a show.
What?
That was in like 2007, 8.
Oy vey. $7,000 a show.
Right.
To play somebody else's music.
Right. Sublime probably never even made that much.
No. Like, that makes me want to firebomb their building. Firebomb any building that they play at.
Right.
Especially, like, I grew up with managing punk bands and running punk shows back in Baltimore where I'm from. And we're lucky if we made $7, let alone demand $7,000 a show.
Insane.
Yeah. I mean, is that, when you hear that, does that just make your blood boil? I'm not even a musician,
Ooh, yeah.
really, and it fucking boils my blood.
Yeah, I mean, it's incredible, but I mean, they're playing bars that are already packed. You know, like, I can't say that. I actually don't know that. They do draw a huge crowd. They play this bar in Newport, Rhode Island, called like the Dockside, and I know every time they play it, the place completely fills out. And you go there, and it's like the most horrifying collection of individuals of like, I don't know. It's like a sarcastic frat party. You don't even think it could be real that people actually like yell these things out, and you're like, why is no one stopping that guy? He's like, I don't know. Going off
sarcastic frat party.
Right? Yeah.
Oh, that's beautiful. So, all right, now you're on your own videography or doing videography and work like that. Are you like making that switch to doing the job yourself? Was that a little terrifying?
Oh yeah,
because you're basically on your own now. There's no safety net. There's no comfort. There's no regular paycheck. You have to hustle to find those jobs every time.
Yeah. So I have a few consistent clients that I was like, all right, if I can keep these guys going, I know I'll at least have rent and utilities every month. And then it's just about going out and then trying to find other clients, which I haven't even done. I've only been out on my own for like 3 months, and then I was working straight for 1 month, out in California shooting for
the vloggers.
Yeah. TFIL, the YouTube channel. If I can plug that.
TFIL?
The Fuck It List.
Oh, Jesus.
Dude, it just panders to
I'm sorry it's your friends, and I'm rolling my eyes at your friends.
Don't worry. I hope they don't hear this. They won't.
No. Thanks for knowing that vloggers don't listen to my podcast.
It panders to young teenagers, so the comedy is extremely unoriginal and like cheesy and forced and like.
But here's the problem: they don't know that.
That's
as a comedian myself. They don't know what good comedy is, what bad comedy is. And I'm sure they're funny guys. And oh no.
I didn't say that.
No, you didn't say anything. I can tell by the expression. No. I'm sure they're nice guys. They probably can, they're probably funny in the moment when you're hanging out with them as friends. They're probably funny. But the problem is they don't realize, and I'm also a comedy snob. So that's part of my reason.
Me too. So that's why being in the middle of that, I'm just like, oh. okay, I'm just here to film and make it look good. I'm not gonna critique the jokes.
Yeah, and it kills me because then they don't realize that they're being hacky. They don't realize that, like, I'm sure somewhere they made a joke, soulless ginger joke, which is clearly something that South Park started. That's South Park's joke. It's fine that people reference it, but it should be funny in the fact that you're referencing South Park, not in the fact that it's like, oh yeah, soulless gingers. It's a funny thing that people say. Like,
yeah.
So it's so fucking destroying on the inside where I go out every night. I need to go out more often. But if I go out every night and I have to craft jokes and make people like me and I have to work hard to make them laugh because they don't know me. I don't have the benefit of being in their homes or them knowing me.
Yeah.
And I have to go through that grind. And then these people just automatically know and think that they're funny because they have no audience that they're performing in front of.
It's the bad fish
Live.
of comedy.
The bad fish of comedy.
Yeah.
The bad fish of comedy, a.k.a. tangentially the sarcastic frat boys of YouTube.
That's it is astounding that correlation.
But yeah, they haven't had the struggle of going through for trying to everybody who starts doing comedy for the first time automatically thinks that they're funny.
So
they get that hard dose of reality when they go on stage and they eat a plate of dick for 5 minutes.
This actually gets even worse. This is gonna piss you off. So I forgot one of them.
Should I take my blood pressure medication?
Definitely. One of them, actually came from doing stand up.
Okay.
So he started off trying to do stand up, and I was like, that's awesome. He's going for it. He's gonna put everything into it. I know him. He's the type he'll put everything into it. However, I think he'll cap out just because he's not naturally that funny. I hope he doesn't hear this. He won't hear this. Anyway, and then so he hustles, and he ended up like emceeing for like Dane Cook. So I'm like, wow, that's one of the biggest comedians in the world. Also, like the worst. I don't know. I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, Dane Cook's a matter for a second. I'll defend him as a comedian, but I get why some people don't like him because there's time. Majority of his comedy is bravado. Majority of his comedy is the way he delivers it and his he acts out the joke.
It feels
and
like
it's more
cheap
fun
laughs.
than it is. Yeah, sometimes it is, but also at the same time, you have to look at Dane Cook at the perspective of did he make people laugh? Isn't that his job?
Yeah.
So
okay. Yeah, I think that's like a whole nother.
Yeah, I don't think
that's
he's
a whole nother can
cheap.
of worms.
I don't think he gets cheap laughs. I think he puts a lot more into the performance to get laughs than he does the actual joke.
Yeah. Maybe I'm just saying that because his reputation got so tarnished that I've kind of even clung on to that.
Yeah. Oh, we all have. I do it from time to time, and then other times I feel like I need to defend him.
I respect that defending him because I think he's just like a punching bag.
Yo, dude, he is a punching bag right now because he got into a bad position with Louis. But also, the reason he is where he is because he was too good for Boston.
Yeah.
He was a feature here in Boston, and none of the headliners here would book him on shows because they're like, we can't follow you after what you do.
Interesting.
So he had to leave. Allegedly, that's the way the story goes.
Yeah.
That he had to leave. He left here and moved to L.A. so he could continue doing comedy because he wasn't big enough to be a headliner.
Yeah.
But he was too big to be a feature. Mm-hmm. So basically, everyone's like, dude, nobody wants to follow you. We can't book you. You need to go.
Yeah.
Because he was that good. Part of that good was in his performance as well.
Totally. So, no, I have this, I guess I would call it like a layman's outsider perspective because I'm not in the comedy world.
Yeah.
I guess a little bit. I dabble, but not, I'm not involved in it. I don't.
Well, we met at a comedy open mic.
Right. That we played.
But you weren't doing comedy. You were doing music.
No, we played there earlier. So we just happened to be there when the open mic started.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, let me stick around for this. My drummer ended up ruining everything. But I don't know if we get into that story too. But
yeah. Well, no, he basically he was heckling the comedians, which happens at things. But it's one of the problems is he doesn't realize he's being a dick about it. Which is the problem. Like you guys instantly knew, just stop doing it.
So he didn't stop.
Yeah.
So for anyone jumping in at this part of the story, so we met at a comedy show, and my band had played there earlier, and then so we were still there.
Yeah, it was a comedy open mic at the Midway in Jamaica Plain, which is typically a punk rock metal venue. But we do a comedy open to all open mic. It's mostly comedy on Sunday nights at 9:00. So if you're ever in the New England area, in the Jamaica Plain area, it's free.
It's free.
The beer's cheap.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was there to do the open mic. Your band played earlier in the day. You're about to leave, and they're like, "Oh, there's an open mic. Let's hang out for this."
Totally.
And comedians went up, and they were making jokes, and then your
Yeah,
drummer
so
just kept yelling at them.
Yeah, this one poor guy's on stage just trying to deliver his 90 seconds or however long he had, and he's in the middle of a joke, and it was a quiet room, and then my drummer just starts screaming like, I don't know, completely loud, sarcastic laughter, like ha 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 ha, screaming in the guy's face to the point where the guy's like, "Oh, what, like, come on, what's going on?" And then my drummer said something like, "Fight me" or something, and he ended up going on stage, completely inappropriate, overstepped his boundaries. We had to kick him out.
Yeah, that's the best part is you guys immediately took assess of the situation. Like, you need to go home now. We're gonna stay here.
We're used to him getting dragged out of places. I can't even get into what happened. Never mind. He's done some things that if it were to get out in the community, we would be tarnished.
Oh.
Nah, not really.
I'll
sucks.
edit this part out.
No, he just no. He just He used to just get drunk and just, I don't know, act like a maniac. So that's
get
for
drunk
the
and be a punk.
We're used to him getting dragged out of places. We're not used to the ones dragging him out. But after that,
well, that's the best part is that you guys kicked him out, sent him home,
and then just stayed,
and then came back.
Well, yeah. No, I'm not gonna ruin my evening. Yeah.
You're not like, all right, let's go home. The night's ruined, guys.
No. Sent him off.
You bounced your own friend.
Yeah. Since then, he's got a 3-drink cap.
Maximum.
Yep. For shows, and he actually apologized to us and like wants to be a better person. And he was like,
good.
He was like, dude, honestly, like, I don't know why I'm such a fucking asshole, dude. Like, I don't know. I think it's funny at the time, and then I don't know, feel like a dirtbag. I'm like, that's because you are a dirtbag. You know, like, you are. Don't be like, oh, I feel like such an asshole. You are an asshole. There may be fixing that, but I'm skeptical. But, you know, he's doing well. He's doing well. He's actually,
it's been, what, 8 months?
Yeah.
It was like around Christmas.
He's got a girlfriend for the first time. He's cleaned up.
Good.
Not clean.
No.
But cleaned up. He mopped. He just like threw water on the bathroom floor and like swished it around. Like he didn't clean the place spick and span, but
he didn't sweep before he mopped.
At least there was an effort there. So yeah. That's all we can expect out of him.
But he's a good drummer, right?
Great drummer. That's the problem.
How long have you known him?
Like maybe 2 years.
Okay.
Yep.
But did you know him before the band?
No. I didn't know anyone before the band.
Oh, really? You guys aren't like old high school friends or shit like that?
No, I met the tin whistle / bagpipe player. I met him at Charlie's Kitchen 2.5 years ago on Valentine's Day, and he was wearing like a shirt, and I was like, oh, I like that band. And then we started talking about music, and he was like, oh, let's start a band. I know a bunch of people, and I was like, oh, cool. And then somehow this happened.
Were you already playing this Irish punk music before, and this was just a transition into that, or
yeah? So
just a new version of what you were already doing?
Yeah, so I had like a few projects that were similar. This specific project, Mickey Rickshaw, was a solo project that I wrote. I just wrote an album while I was living in Italy for a while, and then I wrote this album, and I kind of had nothing to do with it, other than just I had it recorded, and that was it. And then when I met this dude Shane, he was like, oh, I really want to play that music. And I was like, all right, let's form a band and play it. And that's kind of how it snowballed into like 8 people. And yeah, I don't know. It's gotten farther than
There's 8 guys in your band?
Yeah.
Because I met 3 of yous or 4.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
There's
8. So we have like 2 guitars, bass, drums, tin whistle, fiddle, mandolin, and I sing.
Jeez. Oh, so but you don't play guitar and sing?
I sometimes play acoustic.
Okay.
Most of the time I get too lazy. And I just don't do it. I don't blame you. I don't care whether we sound good or not, or whether we're entertaining or not, I really have nothing going into this.
I'm glad out of the 8 guys, the one person who doesn't care showed up to the podcast interview.
No. I do take it seriously. I do put a lot into it. But I just don't always want to play guitar. I get hot. I get hot on stage.
Yeah.
And I don't want to get hotter by having to play guitar.
Yeah, it's a lot of work being on stage. I get it.
I overheat too easily. I'm like an old woman or a baby or both or something. I don't know.
So you met Shane the Tin Whistle Player, and that's when you were already writing this music when you were in Italy. What were you in Italy for?
I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life. Still don't, but at the time maybe I thought that would at least be a cool thing to do. So I just found a hostel that I could work in. And I worked there like for 20 hours a week for like a few months. It was an awesome experience, but
why Italy? Did you have family there?
Oh no.
You just
random.
Just because it's Italy.
Yeah. I think. Oh yeah, I took a semester of Italian in college because it fit with my schedule, and I needed to fill like 3 credits or something to graduate.
So you knew how to say, "Where's the bathroom?"
Right. Yeah. That was pretty much it. I really couldn't speak Italian when I got there. Ended up learning it, speaking it like almost fluently.
Oh wow! How long were you in Italy for then?
Like 4 months.
Oh, okay. Wow, you learned fluent Italian in 4 months. It's immersion. That happens.
Totally. Yeah. But like the problem was that I was all the way in the southeast in this town called Brindisi, and they speak like a really fucked up dialect there.
Yeah.
So I learned to speak like them. So then I was like, all right, cool. Let me go like travel the rest of the country, and then I'd speak Italian to them, and they'd be like, you can't speak to us in that southern garbage. We don't understand you. And I was like, you do not understand how hard I worked on learning this language. And you're telling me I learned the wrong dialect?
You're telling me I learned the wrong Italian?
Yes.
It's like, basically, you went over there and you spoke New Jersey-ese to them.
Oh, yeah. It was like, it would be like speaking like some deep South Louisiana
Creole shit.
Yeah. So
it's like moving here from Italy, learning Creole, and then going to New York and like, whoa, that's right. It was like, sorry, hillbilly, that shit don't fly here.
Imagine if an Italian dude came up to him just like, wow, I bought a shrimp boat.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm sorry, what?
A ball of shrimp boat? It's like,
no, but
I don't speak Creole. It's like,
yeah.
I only speak Italian, so I don't know what we're gonna do here. We are at an impasse.
Yeah. For example, like instead of saying like make me a cappuccino would be like faremi un cappuccino. In this dialect I learned it was like facimi un cappuccino. So like it isn't even too close. So,
no, that is not. That sounded made up Italian.
I had to learn it twice. It sucked.
And it wasn't easy. It wasn't. It wasn't easier because like, oh, I already kind of know it.
And I've learned a language as a joke, and this was not funny. I learned Greek as a joke.
How do you learn Greek as a joke, or why at least?
Well,
what is the joke where it's like, so I have to be fluent in Greek?
So I just thought it'd be hilarious if I were in some situation that I would figure out later, where I was with a bunch of my good friends, and then I just busted it out fluently, and they were, I don't know,
impressed.
Well, no, so I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna do that. So I bought Rosetta Stone, and I studied it every day for like 20 minutes to a half hour for like 6-7 months, really like diligently
and
learning
didn't tell anyone?
This language. Didn't tell anybody. And this is while I was in college, so we were all home for like, I don't know, Thanksgiving or something, and we were at a party, and a bunch of my friends were on acid, and I was like,
it's a party,
and I was like, this is the perfect time. They're all on acid. They're gonna be so confused. And then one of my friends, Alexis, she was there, and she speaks Greek.
Did you know that going into learning Greek?
I didn't really know her that well then. Okay. But I was like, oh, that's
you just randomly picked Greek. There was no rhyme or reason to it.
Yep. Yeah, it's funny. It's a funny language to learn for no reason. Because like no one speaks it. It's not like there's like a plethora of like Greek restaurants. Like there's
in Baltimore there is.
There's diners, but they're mostly Turkish people. Every time I'm at a Greek diner, it's like Metropolis Greek diner. I'm like, hey, are you guys Greek? Looking to practice. They're like, oh no, we're Turkish. I'm like, oh, cool. little disappointed.
Yeah, Baltimore. There's a huge Greek population.
Oh, really?
There's a huge Greek immigration.
Oh, I gotta
in
go
there.
there.
But they only have 2 jobs. They own diners or they're bricklayers, or not. 3 jobs. It's diners, bricklayers, and bridge painters. Like there's an entire. There's so many companies of bridge painters that are just owned, operated by Greek people. Like I think it was illegal immigration, like like some kind of trade deal. Like somebody brought a bridge company and then he would just smuggle other people in to run his bridge company.
Nice.
Same way that they do with like hookers from China.
Right. Oh, yeah.
Except they're painting bridges and not turning tricks.
Right. Yeah, the less slavery.
So you're at the party, everyone's on acid, you break out the Greek.
Yeah, so I'm at the party, and then we ended up ordering Chinese food, and then we got fortune cookies. And then I was really drunk at this point, and I was like, this is the perfect time. I need to just bust it out. And then, so I opened my fortune cookie, and I was like, it says, you will now speak Greek. And they were like, what? I was like, I don't know. It just says I can speak Greek. Like, what? Okay, next. And I was like, wait, let me try. And I look at my friend Alexis. I'm like, Ime Malawarenica? What the fuck? And she's like, and I said, like, I speak Greek. And she was like, how did you know that? And then I start like going back and forth with her. And she's like, why are you speaking Greek right now? And I was like, Epivi ime Malawarenica. It's because I speak Greek. And she's like, what do you mean you speak Greek? And I was like, and then she was like, how? And I was like, I don't know. I'm not even trying right now, and I'm speaking Greek.
It's like a bad made-for-TV kids movie where it's like,
right?
It's like,
yeah.
It's the remake of Big. So instead of switching bodies and becoming an adult, he could just now. It's Freaky Friday with the Greek language.
Yeah. And they were just like kind of like freaked out, and they were just like, what? Oh my god, that's crazy. Okay. What'd you get? What was your fortune cookie? And that was it. It wasn't funny. The joke wasn't. They didn't think it was funny. They didn't believe I was speaking Greek. It never paid off. Literally never paid off. And that's almost better. That's almost more all I could ask for, because I love when things don't resolve.
You work so diligently on that, and just like oh yeah, he speaks Greek now. Anyway.
Yeah, it was. I built a fucking 6-month sand chateau, only to have the tide not even like knock it down like gracefully, but like the water just kind of seeped in and it like melted. Yeah, like no big crash. It just
you can't you barely even have the story that it happened.
Right, it's not even a funny story. This will get cut from the podcast. This won't even make it.
Don't worry, I'm too lazy to edit.
Yeah, do you edit any of this? Because
we'll see.
I talked shit on my not funny friends for a while there.
If you want me to pull that out, I will.
Maybe, yeah. Elton Castee is not funny.
Just keep digging yourself a hole that I'm gonna have to fill in later.
Yeah. I'm gonna make a lot of like grotesque comments that you're not even comfortable having in here. So you have to listen through and cut them all out.
Oh, don't worry. I'm going to listen to all 2.5 hours of this when we finish, because that's usually how long my podcast lasts. I'm not going to leave you chained to that chair for 2.5 hours.
Yeah.
I'll release it in a little bit when I can trust that you're not going to run away.
Right.
All right. So Italy. You were in Italy. You moved back home. You started the band. When did you start working? When did you start doing video stuff? Was that when you started working at Wayfair, or was that before?
No, so so when I got back from Italy, I was like, oh, I had such a cultural experience. It was so cultural. And I was like, okay, so that didn't really help me with what I want to do with my life. I don't know. If anything, I have less of an idea. So I was living in Newport, Rhode Island, and because that's where my parents' house is. Got back from Italy. I didn't have money. I was broke. So I saved up and then moved to Boston. Took the first job I could get. I was 24, and that was selling car insurance. And that was, I've never been depressed until that few months selling car insurance over the phone at an insurance agency. It was awful, but I was like, oh, I'm out of school. Like, I should be using my degree. So I sold insurance. It was awful. I quit and said, all right, now I've even less of an idea. And then my ex-girl...
Were you in any bands when you came back, or is Mickey Rickshaw the first band you had when you came back?
Yeah, so I actually had a few. I had immediately immediately when I got back, I was playing in this like ska punk band.
There's definitely a ska revival coming around. I don't know if
yeah.
it's just in New
I love
England.
it. Yeah.
But I bleed two-tone. I'm old school.
Oh,
boy.
nice.
Like,
Okay.
you're preaching to the choir here. But
Yeah.
I'm starting to notice ska is making a big comeback in the independent scene.
Yeah.
Either it's being infused into other bands,
Yep.
like the New Limits. There's also.
Have you heard of the Interrupters?
Yes, you're playing with them.
Yep.
Coming up because I'm a huge fan of the Interrupters.
Yeah. Brighton Music Hall.
Because I love
Brighton Music Hall, November 1st.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of the Interrupters because it's basically Rancid with a female singer.
Yep. Yeah. Exactly.
Who barely sounds like a female singer. Like her voice is rough.
Yeah.
But I think it's done up because
Totally. So
she's been in other projects, and I know
yeah.
I've never recognized that gravelly voice in her other projects before.
She's badass. I respect the shit out of her. She's I like what she's doing. Sounds a lot like Brody from the Distillers, but I respect her.
Yeah, but she can hold a note unlike Brody.
Totally.
Brody is just throaty screaming.
Right. She's got that Tim Armstrong.
Yeah, she's got the Tim Armstrong slur.
Peanut butter in the mouth. Yeah.
But yeah, so you're doing a couple bands.
Right. Yeah. So I played in a few bands when I got back, and then I got back, worked at an insurance agency. That was awful.
Quit that.
And then an ex-girlfriend of mine was like, "Hey, you like make those stupid videos all the time. Why don't you try to become a video editor?" And I was like, "I didn't go to school for that." She was like, "What? So?" I was like, "You're right."
What did you go to school for?
Psychology and neuroscience.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, that makes sense.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, I worked in a lab for a bit. It didn't work. Yeah. Academia, it sucks. So, I don't know what I was doing there. So then, so I ended up getting a job editing wedding films for 6 months. And that was really good to learn a lot about the industry and, I don't know, how to use cameras because I didn't really know professional equipment. And then
you're just making silly videos on your own.
Yeah.
And they hired you. They took a chance on you and hired you.
Yeah. So actually, when I emailed them, said, "Hey, I can learn. I will learn how to do this, and I'll make a video today to show you what I can currently do." So I went and did that. I literally walked around Boston with a GoPro and edited it together with music. It was probably the stupidest video ever. And they hired me. And then through that, I worked there for 6 months, and then I was I don't know, not making any money really. I was making rent
because you showed them how to make.
Right.
Because you showed them a music video on a GoPro, and they're like, ah.
Yeah. So I was making rent and then some, a little bit for food maybe if I was lucky. So then I started. I bought a camera and started to went into debt and bought a camera and started freelance, and then actually started to make money through that. So that was kind of doing videos on my own. And then
what kind of freelance projects were you specializing in? Commercials, just music videos, what?
Yeah, so kind of all sorts. I would just post 3 Craigslist ads a day, cheap, affordable video production. I just need to build a reel, a resume.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I did one for a dentist office who they're like, "Oh, we opened a new office and it's really cool and modern. Check us out." And then a gym hit me up and they were like, "Yeah, we need a video for our gym." New gym, really cool, really modern. So it's kind of this trend of cool, modern, millennial branded Facebook videos. So I just started hustling those, and then I got a hold of Wayfair and started making TV commercials for a year. And then through that, I just learned so much, and I was like, "Oh wait, I can just run a business a lot better than the last time I tried to run a business," and that's what I'm doing now. And yeah, it's going pretty well, but I haven't started hustling yet. I've just been kind of winding down after working for Wayfair for a year straight and then taking on a few projects. But yeah, it's not a full-time thing right now, but it will be.
But the job, the videos you're making, the clients, what kind of videos are you making for these clients? That's what, because there's so many different forms of videography.
Yeah, no, totally.
In my mind, every time, because I watch Film Riot and Indie Mogul, and those YouTube channels where they teach you about the industry and stuff, because it fascinates me. I love behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah.
And, those guys all started production companies making things. It's all right, so what videos are there to make for people other than a commercial? I can't think. So promo videos and commercials are the only videos I can think of making. And
promo videos. pretty
Like,
much
are you sitting with them and writing their commercials, or are you just doing like videos that walk through the environment?
So it depends. So for let's say for a gym that I shoot for, I'll go to them to the location with all my equipment, and they'll have a rough idea of what they want to talk about. Like, I don't know, if they have an idea like, okay, so we want to do a promo video for like if a customer trades in their current gym tag, we give them one of ours and they get to join our gym for like no money down or something. So they'll have little promos like that. And I'll say like, all right, cool. So let's get you guys talking about it. And then let's get a bunch of like B-roll shots of slow motion of you guys like flicking old gym tags like it's like money at a strip club.
Hmm.
So then like, and then I'll just go home and edit and put it together like that.
But this is just for like Facebook ads.
Yeah, mostly for Facebook or YouTube ads.
Hmm.
Yeah, pretty much.
Does anybody try to do like get you to do regular TV commercials, or is that not even in people's minds anymore? TV commercials.
Yeah. So yeah, one of my clients is coming to me saying like, "Hey, we might need a TV commercial. What's that going to entail?" And then so that's a little bit different equipment. I would use a different camera. I would have to rent a whole setup. So it's like an entire different world where I have to like hire out a few people also.
Yeah.
Because I need like help with the production of that. So
It's a lot more involved than just a
Yeah,
camera
totally.
and a YouTube video. Yeah.
Right.
Because TV stations have a certain quality level that
Yep.
they'll accept in certain formats and stuff. Like, dude, in college, I learned on quarter-inch pneumatic tape
Yeah.
how to edit on those, because I went to school for television production.
Oh yeah.
So basically, I was pretty much editing on Betamax tapes.
Right.
It's the same thing, only even more bigger.
Totally. Yeah. So I don't even know what that is.
Oh, you don't even know what Beta is?
No.
Well, it is before your time. Beta
Yeah.
was basically the predecessor to VHS tape.
Oh wow. Oh.
It was just a different. It was a smaller tape. The cassette deck was smaller, but it was a wider tape.
Interesting.
So there's quarter-inch, there's Beta, and then there's VHS.
Yeah.
It was just a format. Like most TV stations until digital were still using quarter-inch and Beta tapes.
Yeah. I don't even know.
It's just
about
better quality VHS. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Oh God, am I showing my age?
A little
I
bit.
I was just like, oh, I remember doing things on Beta.
I mean,
what's Beta?
You're naming video formats that I've never even heard of, and I'm a
Yeah.
video professional, so maybe.
Oh, I've walked into places and asked for DAT tapes and just gotten confused looks.
Yeah.
Digital audio tape was the first
Okay.
digital formatting. Yeah.
That's a great name.
That-
What are we gonna call this? It's a digital audio tape. Digital audio tape. That's it? That's what you came up with for the name? Yeah.
Or
Alright.
DAT. We could just call it DAT.
Yeah.
Hey, hand me DAT over there.
Yeah.
Hand me that DAT.
It's German for that. Was ist datinda? What is that thing there?
Yeah, and that got that digital recorders basically took over
Yeah.
that, and
Good thing.
digital recorders are fucking super handy
Yeah.
and easy. It's like, dude, I just finally got a Zoom H4n.
Oh yeah, those are
I've
great.
used them before, and I've used an H6, and it's fucking beautiful. I love
Yeah.
the 6N.
Oh, I haven't used that.
Oh,
Used
the H6N
5.
it's like the 4, only better. Like the
It has
4 they
twisty
designed,
knobs. Yeah.
it has physical knobs for the volume. It has removable capsules.
Oh yeah.
So it comes built to in just like the 4 with the 2 quarter-inch and XLR inputs. But then you can take a capsule, and instead of just having your XY mics on top, you
Yeah.
can take those off,
I see.
and you can put on a bidirectional mic.
Cool.
You can take that off and then put in 4 more XLR jacks.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
4. Okay, that's huge.
Yeah, so you can do 6. That's why it's the 6. You can do 6 mic plugins.
Oh man. Okay, that's huge.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's,
So
that's
no,
awesome.
I lied. It's 4 inputs on it immediately. You put a insert capsule that puts 2 more jacks.
Yeah.
So it has 4 XLR
Yeah,
to start off with.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah, it's hot. Like people, if anyone listens to the podcast, they know I love gear, and I'll talk about.
Oh, yeah,
I'll talk
okay.
about my equipment endlessly on
Yeah,
here.
yeah. I've had the H4n for like, I don't know, 2 years, and I haven't needed to upgrade.
Well, they basically Zoom designed the H4n to do for music, because that's primarily what their focus was, music. And then when it came out, everyone started using it for video production, for podcasts, and all that.
Yeah.
So they saw what people were using it for, and built the H6N
I see.
to supplement that need. Like the H6N
Yeah.
is less designed for music and more designed for everybody else in the world.
Yeah.
In the production world. But
Oh, that's cool.
I love it. I can't wait to start using mine.
Yeah.
Literally, it just came in the mail a couple days ago.
Oh, nice.
And I've just been, I'm fiddling. Like, okay, I don't have anything to record with it.
Yeah.
I just keep plugging headphones in and just hitting record so I can prime record and just listen and just move around the room.
Yeah.
And listen to the microphone, pick up different sounds in the room.
Yeah, it picks that up well. That's good.
Let me face this way and knock on it and see how well it picks it up.
Oh, cool. Yeah, a little more reverb from that. Yeah, that's nice. No, I do that too. I just bought the new Rode Video Mic Pro.
The shotgun one?
Yeah, and they just come up with a new one where like the shock mount for it looks like this. And,
it looks like a pair of claws.
Just for anyone listening,
For everyone listening to the podcast, it looks
like,
exactly like this.
It looks like this, and it sits in right here.
In the middle. It looks like two claws, and it looks like it sits in the middle.
Two eagle talons, and just sits in there, and then it's not like these removable little rubber bands that used to just flop out. But either way, I don't know. So I got that, and I just walked around with headphones in my like camera, and I just like walked around like, oh, cool.
Just listening to how things in the room sound.
Yeah, listening.
That's basically what we do as like geeks about tech. Is just we get something new and we play with it until we have a real viable use for it, or we'll find a viable use for it.
Yeah.
Like I actually for this because I thought I was hoping the band would come.
Yep. Yeah, they.
I was gonna set it up the zoom in here just as a backup in case something happens.
Yep.
And I just didn't have time.
Real disappointment without the band. Which is reflective of the band because they are a disappointment to me. I put a lot into this.
So you're best friends is what you're saying.
We're best friends. I'm best friends with 7 anchors just holding me down.
Just sinking you to the bottom.
I can see the surface and I just can't gasp for air.
They're a brick and they're drowning you slowly. Off the coast and Oh, I'm sorry. Does the song about abortion not apply to your 7 bandmates?
No, it does. It does. We've all been there, you know. We've all been aborted once.
We've all been sitting at our girlfriend's house on Christmas, getting ready to drive to the abortion clinic and not tell her parents.
Yeah, just with your hands in your head, just going, where did we go wrong?
Oh, I have to take these sweaters back. I sold some gifts that I got. It's like, Ben, you're literally just going. You're pawning gifts to pay for an abortion.
Yeah. How much does an abortion cost? Free in Canada. That's
I don't know,
only
but Plan
a
B is
5-hour drive.
I don't know. Plan A is having a kid for life. Plan B is
Right.
$50.
Right. Plan A.
Plan B is a kid costs what $1 million a year or whatever it is. Plan B is $50.
Yeah.
I think I just ruined like a fucking road joke or street joke, but
No, that's all right. Plan A, B. That's just abortion.
yes.
Interesting.
Yeah, if Plan A, all right. Guess what's definitely getting edited out of the podcast?
Just drive
My
it in.
bad joke.
No, it's all right. Who's calling me?
Oh, is it the band?
Wyndham, Connecticut.
No, you don't know anybody in Connecticut?
No, I mean I do, but I don't know who that could be. Definitely don't want to talk to him.
Oh, thanks for at least having it on vibrate and not volume.
Yeah. Boston comedian just called me also.
Oh, which comedian?
Dickie Stock.
No idea who that is.
He doesn't actively do shows that often. However, he runs a Facebook.
I run a website that lists all the shows in town. I've
really?
never heard his name. So I don't think he's doing any shows in town unless they're open mics.
His platform is social media.
Okay.
Have you heard of Kimberly Struble?
Oh, that guy. Yeah. I know who he is.
He's Kimberly Struble.
Yeah. I was just talking to somebody else. I just saw somebody today wearing his Nabisco from Mayor shirt.
I think he's got.
I forgot his name, but yeah, I know who he is. He was here at my house over the weekend.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we had a after party for a comedian's album recording, and he showed up, hung out for a little bit, and left.
I think he's like.
I know who he is.
Yeah,
we didn't even say 2 sentences to each other.
I think he's one of the funniest people like I've ever met.
Okay.
Just talking to the kid, he's just one of those people who just naturally, just like his like deliverance of just sentences. Kid's hilarious.
Yeah, he's done a couple open mics. I don't know anybody who's booked him on our show yet. I know the Kimberly and the Nabisco bit that he does on Facebook.
Yep.
And the whole Mr. Spaghetti Dog thing.
Does a lot of stunts. So right now, one of his characters, Larry Nabisco, is running for mayor. But he's actually running against Marty Walsh, like in real life, to the point where he was in like the metro. There's a picture of him like pointing at the camera. It says, "Your move, Marty," and it's the front page of the metro.
Was it Dickie's picture? Or?
Yeah, Dickie's picture.
Because I know Larry Nabisco's character is the black man.
Yeah, and it's a few different ones. So if you go through
the same.
if you go through the pictures, there's a bunch of different guys.
Just a bunch of different black guys.
Different guys. Just look similar, I guess. They're like, I don't know.
No, because they all
hello.
But
they just have the same amount of melanin in their skin.
But yeah, so yeah, I mean, I saw the shirt. I saw something in a shirt today, so it's twice in one day I've heard about it.
I was gonna see if he wanted to stop by and pretend to be part of the band.
Just have him come in and be a band member.
Well, yeah.
Then he'll go like, I feel like I've been here before.
Yeah. He's like, but yeah.
Yeah, actually, he knows my roommate Eric too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because while he was here, Eric walked in, came home from home, and they were like, "Oh," because I guess is he in a band or?
Yep. Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. He's in a.
Because I gathered from things that he's been mostly a musician guy who started doing these Facebook things.
Yeah, totally. He's been doing the Facebook thing for a while.
Oh yeah, no. Props for the long haul, dude.
Like 7 years.
He's committed to doing it.
That's why everyone who goes to look at Kimberly
most people
Struble,
aren't even committed to posting things on their own Facebook page.
Right. Yeah. That's why everyone who he trolls with Kimberly Struble goes to look at the page and like, who is this? And then they go back and they're like, okay, well, it's been around since 2007, so it's a real person.
Yeah.
And I think it was originally a MySpace one too. So.
Good for him. So, all right,
yeah.
when you met Shane just hanging out in Cambridge, you said?
Yep.
Just going to a show. You guys started the band.
Yeah.
Let's go back to working at Wayfair. When you started working for Wayfair?
Mm-hmm.
How did you get your job with them? Because again, did you just was it basically the job like before where it's like, here's a reel?
Yeah. So they were hiring for a TV video editor to make their TV commercials. The team was pretty small at the time, and I was just freelancing.
Because Wayfair does what? Furniture, right?
They sell furniture. Yep.
Online.
They're an e-commerce giant. They're basically like Amazon for just furniture. And so I had previously, like maybe a month or two before that, I shot an ad for a bike company in Portugal, and I guess that video,
as a person in Boston does.
Right. Yeah. So I guess that video like looked pretty cool or something, and they liked it, and they were like, all right, cool, come in for an interview. And this was after I wrote like a really well crafted cover letter, and they're like, all right, come in for an interview. And then I just got along really well with the team, and then I don't know, they ended up hiring me.
Like, did you feel confident for the job or
no?
Yeah, because it's
no. I was under.
Like, I feel like I could get an editing job, but I don't feel like I could really be a good editor.
Right. So at the time, I was a little bit underqualified. I didn't know After Effects as well, but I also told them like, you're taking a risk by taking me on, but I will learn, and I'll learn.
Well, that honesty is endearing.
Totally.
I think, to some people.
And then pretty quickly I like got up to speed with After Effects and started to learn like, how to do like all the graphic animations and all that at like a professional level. And then
do you learn at home? Like, do you try to learn at home? Do you hang out at work and practice those things, or
a little bit of both?
Because I went to school for video editing. Like, I know Adobe Premiere 4.0.
Yeah.
10 years ago when it was relevant.
Yeah. So then I don't know, kind of a lot of tutorials. This guy, Video Copilot, Andrew Kramer. He's a big social hustler. I don't know. So I just kind of like got up to speed with that, and it was going pretty well.
So you're self-taught yourself, basically. You basically self-taught yourself video editing.
Yep, totally.
Is that how you learned to play guitar too, or did you take lessons when you were a kid?
No.
There's those different schools of people that they just picked up a guitar and started listening to Offspring records and tried to figure it out.
Yeah, I got to do it myself. Guitar, bass, drums, banjo, mandolin, accordion, violin, tin whistle. Like, I don't know. It's like once you know one instrument, I feel like it makes it easier to learn another. I just try to like self-teach everything because I can't learn from people. I'm bad at learning.
What instrument did you start with when you were a kid?
Bass.
Started with bass as a kid.
Started with a bass. Begged my parents for a bass.
For a bass.
For a bass.
All right. Now this is a common thing on this podcast is we talk to the guitar players who play bass, and they all say 90% of bass players are usually guitar players. It's just they were in a band that needed a bass player, so they switched. Yeah. Very rarely do I know any musician that started on bass and only knows bass.
Yeah.
How old were you when you begged your parents for a bass?
14.
Okay.
14. I think I had some leftover bar mitzvah money, and I said, "Let me get a bass." And they said, "You have terrible grades. You can't." Now that argument went on for like 6 months, and then I don't actually know how I ended up getting one. I think I like traded a bag of pot for one or something. You know how like when like you hear about like, hey, don't get into drugs because you're gonna start trading away things that you love for drugs. I was the one trading the drugs to the kid giving me the bass for the pot. So,
you're basically selling drugs for musical equipment, which is I'm used to people selling musical equipment to buy drugs.
I wasn't even doing drugs. I didn't like it. It gave me anxiety when I was 14. It like made me crazy.
I'm sure being Jewish had nothing to do with the anxiety. It's just all the pot. That's right. You're having anxiety from all the pot you're smoking at 14-year-old. Not a weird, awkward kid going through puberty who also happens to be Jewish.
Yeah, no, that could have been it. Yeah, no, I was fine. I was pretty not anxious. Actually, no, wait. Oh, wait. Remembering all these things by age 14, I was on Accutane.
What is that?
It's an acne medicine.
Okay.
That like fucks with the hormones of like a pubescent boy or girl. Person, and it's really bad to like throw hormones into like little kids, because it like fucks with their emotions.
Yeah.
So like,
because you're just a big bag of uncontrollable emotions at 14
already,
anyway.
And then like you blast them with like hormones.
And this was acne medication.
Acne medication. So it actually makes you go nuts. You get like either really depressed or really angry. I totally forgot about it. I guess I just blacked that out. But I also wanted.
Should I bring a couch in here for you to lay down so you can talk about some of your?
But I just wanted a
teenage
bass.
terrorizations.
I just wanted to start a punk band, and then I did, and then put a band together for the talent show. With like, I think so. I got a bass, and the talent show was in 3 weeks, and I said, all right, I need to learn this instrument, and I need to start a band
in 3 weeks.
I want to play the talent show. So
you're an ambitious guy who doesn't understand.
So I signed up.
How difficult shit is.
No, it's easy. We did Blitzkrieg Bop by the Ramones. It's 3 notes.
Yeah, fair enough.
I was like, can I learn to put my finger here, here, and here? Yeah, I could probably learn that.
All right, well, here's the difference, because this is a generational difference. When I was 17, there wasn't internet and tablatures.
Right.
Like, I couldn't just Google, how do I play Blitzkrieg Bop? Like, I had to literally sit down and listen to Blitzkrieg Bop or buy a book.
That was how I did learn it,
how to play.
Yeah. I did learn it just by listening. I was like, oh, it sounds like this. And then I asked every kid who like might like skateboarding or guitar if they wanted to play in the talent show, and they were all like, no. And then these 2 awesome Korean brothers, Eric and Charles Park, one of them played drums, one of them played guitar, and I was like, yes. And then this girl Lindsay, she was totally badass. She joined also. So we formed a band, and we tore up the talent show. We played Blitzkrieg Bop just with like, raw energy. I think I looked like an idiot. Mm-hmm. I was wearing like striped black and green socks.
No, you thought you looked cool at the time.
Well, yeah.
Now you realize I looked like an idiot.
Striped black and green socks, long dicky shorts, a shirt I got from Hot Topic. Oh. No, dude, this is
those
bad.
words came out in your mouth. You're like, fuck. If I could just, as soon as they reach oxygen, you wish you could just suck them back in.
This is so bad. I can't believe my parents should have yelled at me. It was like a shirt with like a stitching of a bright green skull on it, and then it was a black shirt, bright green skull just stitched in, and it was a tight,
basically an Ed Hardy shirt if he was a fan of The Cure.
Tight T-shirt, and then like a fake undershirt, so it looked like I was wearing a shirt under with like
a
double
fake undershirt.
Like it looked like I was wearing a long sleeve under a T-shirt.
Was it just long sleeves that weren't connected to anything?
Long sleeves, but with like a T-shirt over it. Looking, and then black and green striped arms.
Okay.
and then a fake mohawk.
I'm still trying to picture the shirt. So basically, it was a short sleeve shirt that where the sleeves had other sleeves sewn in.
Yes. So where the t-shirt ended, longer sleeves come out of it.
Like thermal.
Looked like thermal.
Oh my god! They actually made that.
Black and bright green striped.
Oh my god! That hurts my soul.
Right.
Like I grew up where we would like in the wintertime in Baltimore we would have put on a thermal shirt and then we would put our favorite punk band.
Here's the thing, I did that
over top. Of it.
I did that too.
Yeah, and somebody made the shirt.
I was fine.
Oh god! Like
I know.
all right. So like when I got into college, my early 20s, so like 10 years ago, or 10 years ago, I was in my mid 20s. So 15 years ago, when I was in my early 20s, the stylish fashion was wearing a hoodie with a blazer over top of it.
That's cool.
It's a great look, and I love it.
It's a cool look.
However, somebody started making it where it was a hoodie built into a blazer.
Right.
And I got kind of mad about it.
I think I have a pea coat like that.
Yeah, I do too. I have it. And I got mad
cool.
and I decided just to accept it because it looks badass anyway.
Yeah.
But somebody built a t-shirt with fake thermal sleeves underneath.
They weren't thermal. They weren't thermal.
Or, all right.
Just sleeves.
Just sleeves.
Sleeves. Yeah.
Why does that hurt me so much knowing that shirt is fake?
I know.
I own a Boston's hoodie that has a fake canvas patch.
That's cool.
Pin. It has fake. It's screen printed.
Yeah.
So it's a screen print of a vinyl patch.
Yeah.
On the hoodie with safety pins on it. And I'm like, well, that's basically how we used to put canvas patches on our clothes. Anyway, this is just the fake version, and I loved it because it's like throwing back to that.
Yeah.
But that shirt.
Oh yeah.
Sounds like such a cash grab. It's
No,
like, what are kids doing? Oh look, let's make a shirt that's on top of another shirt.
I don't know why I got it or how I got it.
Because you were 17 and it was at Hot Topic.
No.
Or 16, 14 at Hot Topic.
14.
Yeah, 14.
Let's get that right. Let's set the record straight. By 17, I was cool.
17, you were
I
nearly
can show
an
you
adult.
a picture of me while I was 17 while I tell the rest of the story.
Yeah, because pictures.
Anyway.
All right, so you played it. You got the guys together.
Yeah, so I got them
3 weeks
together.
to learn how to play Blitzkrieg Bop.
Blitzkrieg Bop, yeah. So it was literally just us versus the other band. And the other band was a bunch of metalhead classic rock kids who always gave me shit for listening to punk.
Of course, as they do.
Yeah, and they were not. I mean, I was cool with them, but they always still like, you listen to punk. There's no talent in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, that's the whole thing. Like, of course, there's no talent in it. And so
yeah,
it was
have them listen to what's the bass player from Rancid? Is it Matt Freeman?
Matt Freeman.
Yeah, have them listen to.
Right.
Just have them look at the tablature for Matt Freeman's bass lines for any of his songs. Like I remember trying to learn Maxwell Murder.
Oh yeah,
by looking at the tablature, and it's just hammering and pull-offs all over the place. It's ridiculous. Yeah, tell me punk doesn't take talent.
Yeah. So then they were
Go
like,
listen to Coheed and Cambria, and then
yeah, they were like, yeah. They're like, okay, yeah, well, we'll see you at the talent show, brah. Mm-hmm. And then they did, I believe, in a thing called Love, because that was on the radio at the time, thinking they'd win.
Believe in a thing called love.
Yeah. Can't even go that high. So they thought they'd win over the judges by doing a contemporary song that's trending at the time, and we won. And it was the biggest fuck you to the metalheads to play Blitzkrieg Bop after obtaining a bass 3 weeks earlier. And wearing probably the dumbest thing I've ever worn.
Black and green fake
That was
shirts.
14. By 17, I was all studded and spiked.
17, you went for the actual punk look with the leather jacket, the studs.
The suburban street punk.
And I can't see the t-shirt, but I'm going to guess it's a Dead Kennedys DK shirt.
I believe.
Basically, that comes in your punk rock starter kit. It's Manic Panic, a DK shirt, and a leather jacket with studs.
I believe Discharge.
Oh, Discharge? Okay.
They now sell Discharge shirts at Walmart.
What? Well, they sell CBGB shirts at Walmart.
Yeah.
They sell pre-faded CBGB shirts at Walmart, which hurts my heart.
It takes so long for them to fade. And that, it's the wait. I just don't like the waiting.
You have to wash it like 26 times to get it to fade, and it's just a waste of water.
It's like a year.
We're in a drought, for God's sake.
Yeah. Yep. But, I don't remember the point of that story.
What we were talking about earlier when you started playing music.
That's how I got my first bass. So I started on bass. And then I don't know, maybe 2 years later, when I was 16, there was a ska band who was playing, and I was good friends with them. And they were like, "Yo, learn trombone and join our band." So I did that, and then played in a ska band until I was like 18, and then I started playing hardcore, and then like I don't know, more like Bouncing Souls kind of punk, and then I started getting into like the Pogues.
Where were you guys like when you got your first band for the talent show? Where did you guys practice? At your house, their house?
In the Park Brothers basement.
Okay, so that you could play because they already had a place obviously to practice. Because that's the weird thing is, especially when you're a kid. No, even it's harder now that we're adults. Like we're adults.
Yeah, we live in
apartments. We pay rent. But we can't have our bands come over and practice there.
Right. I have a practice space at Studio 52.
That's right down the street, right?
Yeah, and we pay money for it, you know? Like, it's expensive.
Yeah, it is.
It's like, I kind of wish I just lived in, like, a house in the suburbs. And I could just play music and not worry about neighbors.
Yeah, well, when I moved in here, we had 4 people here.
Yeah. And
my one roommate at the time was a metal bassist in a metal band. Went to Peabody, learned music theory, and then he just plays fucking dirt metal.
Yeah.
And it's great, and I love him.
Yeah. No, that's cool.
But we were talking about it here because we have a basement, and it was like, wish the landlord would let them practice in the basement because that just makes it so much easier for them. Totally. It's harder now as an adult because you have to either have a expensive home somewhere to where you could do that, and then of course you're just pissing off your neighbors by doing it, or you have to rent space and pay money for it, and of course, you know what's the line from LAX by Big D and the kids table? It's like, is this Will this check support this tour? Will this tour lose my job? Without my job, where's the rent?
Should we all just call it quits?
Yeah. That's, dude, even as a comedian, that fucking song hits me right in the fucking the soul, where it's like, because I did South by Southwest this year, and I did a comedy festival in Baltimore, and I went back to Baltimore a couple weeks ago to do for a friend's wedding and did a comedy show.
Yeah.
So I did a little bit of touring as a comedian this year, and it's like, I'm listening to that song on Southwest Airlines on a 5-hour flight to Southwest, and it's like, I wish I could be doing this every day, just going to a different city and doing comedy. And then you listen to that song, and you're like, oh that's right. I just paid $700 to go to to Austin, Texas to do comedy for free.
Right.
Yeah, no, I can't quit my job.
Yep. I mean, I've burnt out on touring through like other bands. Like, I don't know, I've done like 2-month runs, 3-month runs, and it's just like, oh my God, it gets so exhausting. And then you hit this moment where it's like a moment of clarity where you're like, oh my God, touring is fun, but it gets you nowhere.
Oh, yeah.
It gets you to the places. You build a little bit of a fan base. I don't know. I think you have to tour with big bands to actually like...
Well, touring's a grind.
To actually like grow as a band. But you realize that you're like touring all the time, and then I don't know, you don't actually grow that much as a band. Like your fan base doesn't grow from touring on your own. I don't think. A million people are gonna come at me and be like, "What are you talking about? You're completely wrong." But we just want to do the good tours now.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, the way you have to get bigger by touring as a band is you have to keep grinding. Yeah. Like you have to keep going back. So it's like, yeah, it's great you did 2 months now, but you got to come back next year.
Totally.
You got to come back in 6 months to a year.
I mean, like,
for it to be effective. And then you have to keep doing it. There's touring. The grind of touring is never ending. You just have to keep doing it over and over and over. Repetition, playing every show you can, playing in front of every audience you can. Yeah. It's no different than comedy.
Totally.
Like, and that's the comedians, we have to sound like our jokes come off the top of our heads. Right?
Yeah.
But we're doing the same jokes over and over and over again.
Yeah, no, of course, definitely.
And this is where it's hard, is because it's hard as a comedian to do the same jokes in front of the same audiences, because the beauty to comedy is the surprise in the joke. It's not knowing what's going on. Even musical comedians people still want to hear those songs over and over, but the musical comedian's like, you already know the joke to the song. Why are you listening? Why do you want to listen to it again?
Yeah.
Whereas music, people want to hear the same song that they like 1,000 times.
Yeah.
Before they get
sick of it. It's interesting. I was gonna say, I think like the days of like the only way to get big is touring, I don't think that exists anymore.
It's the only way to make money, really.
Yeah. I mean, we lose so much money every time we tour.
Yeah.
Well,
it depends on what level. Oh no, you're wrong. You're right. I'm wrong. The touring doesn't make money because Cake. I was listening to Cake in an interview talk about their label paid them to go do a month tour of Australia. They paid all the expenses and paid the band.
Sick.
They basically give them a lump sum of money. Said here's I don't know what the number is. I'll just come up with the number. I don't remember. Say $10,000.
Yeah, I was thinking
go-
$10,000 also.
$10,000. Go do a month tour of Australia. So between travel, gear rental, insurance, venues,
Yep.
and lodgings and accommodations and stuff. At the end of the month, they made $1,000 a person.
Yeah. Sounds about right.
That's from selling their merch on their own, selling the merch and get 100% profits of
Yeah.
it. So $1,000
Yeah,
per person. So what's there? 5 guys in Cake. That's $5,000 that they made for a month.
Sounds about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's sucks.
But that's Australia. You can figure each person has to spend what $1,500 to $2,000 on flights.
Yeah.
Music visas are expensive as balls for Australia. Each person needs one, so I kind of understand why that would be expensive.
It might have been 100,000. I don't know the number
Yeah.
they say. Obviously, it clearly wasn't
Either way,
10 grand.
either way, they
whatever it
came
is. At
back
the end
with-
of the day, they came with
right.
about
That's true.
$1,000 per person.
Yeah,
Profit.
Damn. Right.
Profit.
And that's a success story.
Yeah.
Um,
That's a success story.
yeah,
They didn't
it's-
lose money on that tour.
Oh yeah, no, but I don't know. Music is bleak, and that's why I would never expect to make money off of it, or have it be my living. It's like an enrichment for my life. It'd be sick if I could do it full time. I would do it full time in a heartbeat. I just think it's really hard to do unless you're huge, and even then, like, I don't know. I don't know how you do that because I've
Yeah. Well, yeah. You have to.
never been big.
Yeah, that's the point of this. Is like we're talking.
You got to sing
like,
about sports. Like you have to sing about your local sports team and talk about your heritage, and that's how you do it.
talk about Boston and the Bruins, and then that's how you
Yeah.
make it big.
Yeah. But I don't know, and I think those days were like, I don't know. You always hear like bands like Green Day, and they're like, well, I mean, like we went out and we played for like 20 people, but the next time we came back, there were 40 people, and they all told their friends, and we came back and there was 80. So then like, we just kept like playing, and more people came. Yeah, I don't think that actually happens anymore.
No,
Maybe it's because we're
There's
not.
so much going on.
It could also definitely be because we're not good. But yeah,
Notice how I didn't say no. You guys are great.
well, but that would be that would be like the instant like, oh well, it's because you guys suck, or like you guys aren't good enough. You're not as good as Green Day, or your songs aren't as good. People aren't going to come back, and maybe that is the case.
No.
They write some catchy stuff.
So do you guys.
But yeah, I just don't know if like that's how I don't know.
The music industry definitely doesn't work that way.
It's
anymore.
weird. I don't know. I don't even know if it works. I don't know if it works. So we were a band for now it's been 2.5 years. But last March or way before that. So when we were a band for about 1.5 years or so, we got invited to play on Flogging Molly's cruise ship.
Yeah, I saw somewhere that you guys are. Did you guys do it multiple times, right?
So we did it one year. We got invited back. So that was Flogging Molly, Rancid.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, it was amazing. Flogging Molly, Rancid, Fishbone. Yeah, I saw Fishbone play on like the deck of a boat while I was like super drunk, skanking with this like really cute girl, and just like jumping into the pool. It was like that was the best moment
I love
of my
Fishbone,
life,
dude. Angelo Moore is a fucking insane man. I
Yeah.
have a painting. I have one of Angelo Moore's original paintings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they did this. Company did a 30th anniversary of Angelo Moore's music career, and they did a print of Angelo Moore as every character at. I'll show it to you. Every character at the Last Supper.
Yeah. That's
Jesus
awesome.
and all his disciples and everything, and then he hand personalized each one, and they made 200 of them. And I have 200 out of 200.
Wow.
I have the last one ever
Damn.
made. And when I was talking to the guy that was making them, because you basically had to pre-order it.
Right.
And it took like 6 months for them to make. So when we're talking on the phone about the pre-order, he goes, all right, so we have, there's only going to be 200 of these made. We're giving people the option to choose which of the 200 that they want. A lot of numbers are already taken, like 1 through 50 are already taken.
Yeah.
Number 69's taken, 79's taken because that was the year he started music.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of numbers. Is there a number? Do you want the lowest number that we have available? I went, no, I want number 200. He goes, why? I was like, it's the last one that'll ever be made. And he goes,
Yeah. No,
fuck.
that is cool.
Like, I got number 4, and I was excited by that, but you have the last one. Now I want number 200 instead of number 4. I'm like,
that's really cool.
yeah, that was just a spot of brilliance on my end.
Yeah. No, that's awesome.
But yeah, so I'm a huge Angelo Moore fan, too.
Yeah.
I've watched him just stand in the middle of a crowd before their show. The band's just tuning up, and Angelo's just standing in the crowd wearing purple pants with purple suspenders, no shirt,
of course,
a giant green oversized top hat, reciting Bohemian poetry with no microphone. Just walk around the crowd, just shouting Bohemian poetry.
Yeah.
The dude's insane.
They played on a beach down there also. God, it was so cool. And then we got invited back next year
for 2017. Okay.
2017, and it's with like all the bands I listened to in high school, in middle school, like every day.
Nice.
So it's Flogging Molly, NoFX,
Novix,
the Bouncing Souls, who I have a tattoo of. Less Than Jake.
To this day, Chris from Less Than Jake is still one of my favorite interviews to this day.
The Toasters, I think.
Oh,
I think the Toasters are playing. Yeah,
dude, this is straight up fucking.
It's incredible.
Third wave fucking era. Tour. I love it.
Yeah, I don't even remember who else. Like Devachka, really random band to be on it.
I know who that is.
Yeah, they're like, they're interesting. But
yeah, you named the one band that wasn't a '90s staple.
Yeah. So it's like, I don't know. It's gonna feel like punk rock retirement party.
How did you guys get invited on that? Did they find you? Was there submissions?
Yes. No. So
because that's a weird, like Warped Tour does that every year, where it's like, hey, Battle of the Bands to get on Warped Tour.
I'm so against Battle of the Bands as a concept, but that's a whole nother thing.
Comedy contests aren't any better.
Oh
either.
yeah.
I've watched my friends beat Good Charlotte in a Battle of the Bands, and then 6 months later they cut their Good Charlotte was literally playing a Battle of the Bands in Aberdeen, Maryland, where they had long hair and flannels. 6 months later they cut their hair, painted their fingernails, and they're on MTV.
Nice.
Yeah, my friends beat them, and my friends aren't even a band anymore.
So
yeah, the comedy contests are bullshit.
Yeah, so we were let's see, our fiddle player, he went on the year before, and I guess he got drunk and got naked a lot and made friends with a lot of people. And then,
as drunk naked people will do.
Yeah, totally. And then all these people were like, oh wait, Jake has a band. He's got a Celtic punk band. So then people started listening to us, and they're like, oh wait, these guys should play. And then somebody was like, hey, we want you guys to play. And they started a change.org petition for people to sign to like, hey, show your support that we want Mickey Rickshaw to play on the boat.
Oh, that's awesome.
And I was so uncomfortable with it. I was like, don't do it. It's going to make us look desperate. We're not.
Who started the change? Was it somebody in another band or one of your bandmates?
No. None of us.
It
was just.
Then you're not desperate then.
Right.
As long as you're not the one doing it.
I know, but
it's like starting your own GoFundMe.
It's like giving yourself a nickname.
Yeah, starting a GoFundMe.
Yeah.
Starting a GoFundMe or a change for your own band is like is designing your own nickname.
Yeah. So then I was kind of uncomfortable.
Which, by the way, for any listeners, I did not choose Dead Air Dennis. It was given to me by Joe Bevel Aqua, who's the former program director of DC 101. Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, I was kind of uncomfortable by that. But then a lot of people started signing it, and I was like, oh, cool. Like, all right, this is getting around a little bit. And then I don't know who it was. It might have been Flogging Molly's manager hit us up and was like, so you guys want to play?
Nice.
We're like, oh, what? What do you mean?
See, that's that grassroots shit, that DIY shit that can happen.
That was
when you are out there, well, I guess being naked in front of people, but no, that's the kind of grassroots shit.
I feel like that's an example where social media got us somewhere where touring wouldn't, you know?
Social media helped it.
Totally.
Like, you guys got it because your bandmate was playing a show. Like, touring doesn't get you money. Touring gets you connections.
Yeah, totally. And don't get me wrong, we still play a lot of shows. We play every show we're given.
I subscribe on Bands in Town. I get the notifications for every single one.
Only recently have we started kind of booking a little more selectively, because we have. There's 8 of us. It's a lot of people to like have to drop their schedule and drive out to play to an empty dive bar. Yeah. So we kind of don't do those anymore.
Well, that's one reason why I've pulled back. Similar thing that I've pulled back on a lot of open mics, because there's just open mics that aren't worth my time.
Right.
Oh, I get to do 3 minutes in front of 20 other comedians. Yeah. Fuck that.
Yeah.
That's going to help me zero. That's going to help me develop zero as a comedian.
Yeah.
Oh, I can go to there's a music open mic in Springfield where they'll give me 10 minutes, but none of the audience is going to pay attention. No, I'm not going to drive 2 hours out there to do that. And
Totally.
I'm not going to drive out to Agawam to do an open mic. Just for a different experience. I wouldn't suggest that to other people.
Right.
But there's a point where you get in your career where you're like, there's just things that aren't going to be beneficial to me.
And and then from being on that boat, we like made friends with like some of the greatest bands ever. And then we just finished our record. It's actually done being mixed.
Yeah, I was listening to the preview to one of the new songs.
Oh yeah, it's nice. Yeah, so we so we made the right connections. So we have this record, and we're like, all right, who do we give it to? You know, because a lot of people are interested in it and asking us about it. And I think we might just put it out ourselves because we recorded it ourselves. And I don't know, but
that's that management decision now that you have that you're at that point you have to make.
So we can at least get it into the right ears of some pretty notable people who want it. They want to hear it. So I don't know. We're at like a really good point.
Yeah, that's a great point.
We're going to release it, and then we're going to go play with no effects. So it's really exciting.
Yeah, my buddy is former guest of the podcast, my friend who just played in Ramon wannabe bands, is now the drummer for CJ Ramon.
Oh, nice.
And he's been on tour with CJ off and on. And one of us.
Oh, he's going to be on the boat.
CJ?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Then go to CJ's drummer and be like, hey, we've been on Dennis's podcast.
Oh, that's
Chris
pretty funny.
Eller, yeah. Chris is great. Basically, he got it. The way he became CJ's drummer is he just Facebook messaged CJ and was like, hey, the guys you're playing with sucks. Me and my buddy are so much better. We should play with you.
Oh, my God.
Here's my phone number.
That's so funny.
And he fucking called him.
That is so funny.
I know. You hear about that. You cringe for a second and then you're like, oh, he called him? Oh, wow.
Damn. Nice.
But yeah, so that's that bold shit.
Yeah.
That can happen.
Just got to go out there, put the energy out there and do it.
That's good. So
I know
consulting anybody on what you should do? Because you guys are going to probably put it out yourselves. Are you talking to anybody?
Yeah.
Like, have you guys? How did you figure out that's going to be the right move for you?
We haven't. We haven't. I don't know. Yeah. So now that we have it finished, we're gonna get it mixed. I mean, we're gonna get it mastered. That's the only part that we're not doing in house. So we're gonna pay to have it mastered.
But it's worth the money.
Yeah, totally. So then, once we have this final product, then I'm going to toss it around to a bunch of people and say, hey, what do you think we should do with this? Because yeah, I don't know, if we get on a label right now, we're kind of not in a strategic position. We have no leverage or no, like, I don't know, we'll basically have to do whatever they say with it.
Yeah.
Whereas if we were a little bit bigger, then once a label gets involved, we have a little more say in what goes on. But also, I don't know. It's like a Wild West for me.
Well, it's also, you got 8 people with 8 different opinions. Like, how do you guys how do you guys sit down and figure out what it is, what you guys are going to do? Like, is it a vote? Is it a committee?
Yeah.
Or is it just like, hey, you know what? Me and, who's the tin whistle player? Dan?
Shane.
Me and Shane started this band. This is what we're going to do. Get on board or get off.
Yeah. So with
some people do that, by the way. They're like, I started this band. I say what's
no.
You've agreed to that by being in the band.
No, I make sure that that there's a lot of communication, especially with all the money stuff. Like, we have like a PayPal that it all goes into, like anything we make, and so I'm very transparent with that. Everybody in the band has their say. Everyone has their 16th that they have their input. I have half. So they
all get 1/16. You get half.
Yeah.
Do they know that? Is this something else in the podcast I'm gonna have to edit out later?
That was a classic setup. Walked right into it. No. So yeah, no. I don't know. Thing about a democracy is, in a democracy, people still get left out. So it's like, all right, how do we?
Well, dude, look at Brexit. Yeah. It was like 52%.
Oh my God.
52% agreed to leave it.
Don't even get me into politics.
48% doesn't want to leave. That's still half the people.
Dude,
majority rule sometimes doesn't go well.
How can the majority rule?
Like 80% to 20% is fine. You get 20% who are apparently wrong outliers. 48 to 52, that's not a good percentage.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
That's not a percentage where you're like
to make that big of a movement.
Yeah. Especially when you look at Scotland, who Scotland as entirely was
98%. No, I think all of them voted stay.
Yeah, pretty much like 98% of Scotland voted against Brexit.
Yeah.
And also, I take issue, they created the name Brexit. Like, that's how they built it. Was,
of course.
We are going to we're going to exit the Union because we are the British Empire. Exit. We're going to Brexit it, you guys.
And that's interesting when Scotland just pretty much came 50-50 on their independence from Great Britain.
Yeah.
So they couldn't agree on that, but they all agreed that they want to be in the EU.
Union. They want to stay in the Union.
Insane.
Which, by the way, that quickly went out of conversation on the news.
Like Brexit?
Yeah, that is not being talked about anymore.
It's coming in and out. I think there was just something on the BBC where there was some.
Well, yeah, of course the BBC's going to talk about. Talking about regular media.
That's where I get my news.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
You watch BBC World? What is it? BBC America?
Oh no, I just get the BBC app.
Oh, the BBC app.
It's
okay.
good. It's good.
I work in news. All that news comes to my comes to my desktop.
I see.
I just don't pay attention to it.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, that's so majority rule is a good rule of thumb, but when it's like 5-3, that's
so right now
kind of majority thing.
Right
but when you're talking about
with 8 of us, so right now what we have,
if it was 9 of you, then it was 5-4. That's a little more where it's like basically half the band was not on board.
So basically, we just like try everything. So if we don't really have many disagreements. Mostly,
8 people is a lot of people to have in the band.
Mostly on like shirt designs and stuff, which we don't really have many right now. We only have 2. Someone will come up with a shirt design, and then I don't know. We're either just like, I don't like it. Like, okay, the tin whistle player Shane came up to me. Oh yeah, so we were like, yeah, we want a dead rat for some reason. So that everyone was like, oh yeah, cool, go with a dead rat. We live in Alston. Or I do. So then so then Shane was like, "Oh, my buddy's a tattoo artist. He can he's gonna drop a dead rat. It's gonna be awesome. It's gonna be so good." And he like presented one, and like I just strongly did not like the style of it. It was just like was not part of the brand. Like it just I don't know. I didn't like how it looked. And then we ended up going with a different rat that my old roommate designed. So that was like an example where like, I don't know, we kind of disagreed and we kind of compromised by just picking a different one. But I don't know. I'm definitely the person in charge in the band because like, I don't know.
Every band's got to have one person that's leading them.
It's like,
which that's why I end up being a manager for a lot of bands is because they couldn't figure out who to lead them.
Yeah.
So they came, and all the bands only bands I worked with were friends of mine. I never worked with anybody. Like I had offers from other bands like, we're looking for a new manager. We'll pay you. And I'm like, I work with my friends because I like them, they don't pay me.
With this band, it's like herding cats. Yeah. Which is like,
being a manager, being in charge of the band, being the force behind the band to get everything organized, or being a manager is literally babysitting grown adults.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
like, hey, Johnny, I know you're really good at skateboarding, and this is a really awesome jump for you to do. Maybe you shouldn't do it 10 minutes before you go on stage because you're the drummer and you'll break an arm.
Right.
Like, I've had band members that I've had to bail out of jail or I've had to send their parents to bail them out of jail.
That's the best.
So they could show up at the show and play.
Sorry, they're asking me what time they have to show up tomorrow to go to New York. Like,
yeah, don't
no,
message.
No, that's all right.
No. Answer that message. I got to plug this phone in, and then we'll continue.
I like to ignore them half the time.
I like to ignore them most of the time. You guys have a loving relationship.
Yeah.
So, let's go talking on the touring side. Do you guys? How does touring happen? Do you guys have a vehicle that you guys use? Does somebody in the band have a big van? Do you rent a trailer?
We just did
because that is for guys at our level of stuff is almost as important to a tour than anything else. Because a band, you have all that equipment and gear. I'm a comedian. I have no equipment and gear to take with me on tour, but I don't own a car.
We just got a minivan.
Okay.
And
As a band, or
so it's our guitarist or something.
okay,
His parents had it or something. He got it for cheap or something.
that's usually where it happens. Somebody's parent is
Yep.
getting rid of a minivan,
Yeah.
and that's where it comes from. Yeah.
Yep. So then
Rarely somebody goes out and buys a new caravan or
Yeah.
something like that.
so the minivan does not have a trailer hitch, and we have to solder one onto it. So ideally,
I don't think solder is what you.
I mean, not solder,
Weld.
yeah.
Weld.
big solder.
Big solder. Big boy
Solder.
solder. Welding.
Solder. Wow. That's hilarious, especially because I worked in that. Anyway, so in a perfect world, we would have like a big van with a trailer, or
Yeah.
just a 16-passenger van.
Ideally, that's the best thing. Yeah.
Yeah. But right now we just pretty much take two
Oh my
cars.
god, 8 guys in a minivan. Oh,
It's awful. It's awful. So we take two cars.
Okay.
Um,
So you take the minivan in somebody else's car.
We take the minivan, and then I have like a Toyota Matrix, and so I drive and someone else drives.
Oh, and that just doubles the gas that you guys have to do.
Yeah, but a Matrix isn't too bad. I like forget to put gas in it for like a month.
Is the
It's
Matrix a
fine.
hybrid? I don't know.
Almost. Oh yeah. It's like a little hatchback thing. It
Okay.
really is good on gas,
Good,
so it's awesome.
dude. The closest that the bands I was with that we did we would do like one nighters out of town, but we were going to do a whole East Coast tour for a week, and every show fell through except for the first show in Virginia
man.
Beach
Oh god, I've had those tours.
on a Monday. So we decided, fuck it, let's go do it anyway and have fun.
Mm-hmm.
We went down there and we took it was 2 bands.
Yep.
And of course, everybody and their fucking brother wanted to come, like the drummer's father, 2 friends, and me as the manager is going. So we took a van, a Bronco, and my Ford Focus. No, it was a Plymouth Duster.
Like
No, it was my Ford Focus. I had a
Oh,
brand new Ford Focus that I just bought.
Right.
So we had 3 vehicles just caravanning 6 hours, 4 hours, whatever it is, to Virginia Beach.
Yeah.
We get down there, we play the show, and now we have to caravan to the guy's house that we're staying at. So now we have a 4-car caravan to drive a mile away.
Yep.
And one of them got lost.
All too familiar with that.
Yeah, and it's a straight shot, turn right. That's all you turn left out of the parking lot, drive straight, turn right, you're there. He got lost. I drove around to go try and find them in Virginia Beach, where I've never been to before.
Yeah.
And end up crashing and wrecking my car.
Ooh, damn.
Yeah.
That's
and
bad.
had to leave it there. And have to now 4 of us have to squeeze into the Bronco because the van left that morning. Because they're like, fuck this.
Yeah.
We're going home now. We stayed around to see if they could fix my car.
Yep.
They couldn't. So that night we left, all crammed into the Bronco, just knees in our chest and shit.
Oh, that sucks.
4 extra people inside this white Ford Bronco, the OJ Mobile,
Yeah.
and drove 4 hours back. And then I had to take a bus a week later when my car was fixed, an 8-hour bus ride to Virginia Beach,
Oh.
pick up my car, drive foot to the floor, 4 hours back to
How
Baltimore.
how many people were at this show?
Oh, good, 15, if that. That's including the people
Actually,
we brought.
It's probably this one time we played one of my old bands in like high school, played in Virginia Beach, and I don't know if this story is going to incriminate me, but it's fine. We played a show, and
Whatever you're gonna say, I'm sure the statute of limitations has expired.
right. It was 2008. The venue did not pay us, nor did the promoter. So the promoter left and just left us in this room with like a bar and like nothing else. It was just like an empty bar. I mean, fully stocked empty bar, no person there.
Yeah.
So we just loaded the van with like tons of bottles of
Alcohol.
yeah. And
Why didn't they pay you? They were just like, "Fuck you, we're not gonna pay
we
you."
didn't make enough on the show. Yeah. So he was like, "Sorry." He just
Yeah, I
left.
mean, I've had bands.
Oh, it
you do
happens
trade
so
deals.
much.
Like you got to throw them some kind of cash. I've actually had bands get pissed because I've paid them, and they're like, "Dude, we spent more money at the bar than this." Like nobody agreed on how much you're getting paid. I'm paying you out of my pocket, and I'm
Yeah.
not even getting paid. So go fuck yourselves.
Yeah, damn. I hate ungrateful musicians. So many bands we play with are just like
And also, don't be weird. You're sleeping at my house tonight. So
yeah, oh man. Yeah, like so I don't know, so many I don't know, you meet so many musicians who just have like such an ego. And it's mostly Berkeley kids that we play with. Or most of the Berkeley kids we play with. expect just that. Like the show is gonna be like their big show, and like they're like baffled when like no one's there for their set, because they don't bring people. We bring the crowd, and then I don't know. We obviously tell. It's my philosophy that not philosophy. I just think that like if you go to a show, you should watch the bands. You know, try to support all the bands.
Yeah, you would wish,
I know.
But we all, as
It's
musicians,
hard.
we all wish that.
It's tough, but
It's not even just like that's not your experience. That's not my experience. It's every musician's experience.
but
It's weird that happens.
I never ever want to be a band that their crowd comes and only watches their set. You know, because I hate that. I feel so bad anytime it happens, and it does. Like,
and it happens every day, though.
we'll play a show, and all our people will leave right after we play it. And I'm like, wait, where are you going? Hey man, where are you going? He's like, oh, we're gonna take off. What? Where are you going? Oh no, we're gonna like go to another bar. I'm like, yeah, there's more bands playing. So I always try to get people to stay. So then like you have these like Berkeley bands that insist that they headline over us because they
went to Berkeley.
They went to Berkeley and they like I don't know.
Sorry, they didn't go to a music college. They went to a music conservatory.
Right, so they went to Berkeley, not the hard Berkeley to get into, but the music Berkeley. Everyone gets impressed when they hear Berkeley.
Is there two different Berkeleys?
Oh, Berkeley, California. Very good school. Very prestigious.
But not music.
Not music.
See, I only thought Berkeley was a music school.
I'm just shitting on Berkeley right now.
Oh, don't worry.
I had a recent experience. I had a recent experience, and this is what I'm pissed about.
Don't worry about it. Berkeley might as well have been a sponsor. How much positive talk they got with one of the other bands around here because they all graduated from there.
Yeah,
they all spoke highly of it. So it's fine that we can balance the scales and talk about how shitty Berkeley can be to other people.
Okay, so here's my gripe with the Berkeley kids. So we'll play with the Berkeley band, and this has happened a few times. So they always insist that they like play after us because they're like, well, we're a little bit more professional than you guys, and we have like nicer equipment, and well, we're actually professional musicians. So we should play after you. We should headline. And I'm like, you sure you want that? And they're like, yeah. And I was like, all right. So then they like always like make a different flyer that like features them. It's like their night at the show.
Of course.
Like it's like, oh, the night of the I don't know, the blah 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 band. And then Mickey Rickshaw happens to be playing.
Yeah.
And so anyway,
I've seen comedians who do the same thing.
Right.
Like
so,
it's like their first show at the Comedy Studio, and they're like, "I'm featuring at the Comedy Studio." It's like, dude, there's 12 people on the show. Chill the fuck out.
So they show up.
It's not you're not playing Carnegie Hall.
Right. They show up like dressed up, which is a thing.
You know, I'll never fault a band for getting dressed up.
Yeah, I'll stay.
Because I used to tell my bands like, you should look less like the people who come to the show and more like a rock star.
Okay.
To a degree.
All right, so I'll stay out of that one.
Yeah, you dress for the job that you want.
Yeah, no, I got you. So either way, so we'll play, and then the room will empty out after we play, and then they give us so much attitude about our friends leaving. Well, it's not our friends. We have an actual following. We have a fan base. It's not just like some people that jumped in our car and like left. It's like the whole room.
Yeah, we didn't tell everyone to leave.
Yeah, and like I always say stick around for whatever band's after, and then they always like have this attitude with us, and I don't know, it's the attitude, and I hate being one of those people who's like, oh, the millennials are entitled, but no, there's an.
Dude, I'm Generation X. The same shit used to happen in the fucking late 90s, early 2000s, mid 2000s.
There's an entitlement factor that they kind of bring to the table, because they like went to school for music. It's like, all right, cool. So you went to school to play the same bar that we're playing in. We didn't. Like that doesn't make you any better than us. I don't know. And then I don't know why I'm just trashing Berkeley so badly. I'm sorry.
It's not the school. It's the people that graduate from there. That's the problem.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
they all have an attitude. Yeah.
When we were bands, we always used to argue on who would headline because nobody wanted to get stuck with the last slot.
Yeah, the janitors of the night.
Yeah, basically, the janitors are going to be the audience. We're playing to the bartenders because everyone else is going to leave.
I mean, the band is the janitor.
Oh, okay.
Because they're clearing out the club. Yeah.
They're cleaning it up. Yeah. I gotcha. But yeah, because it's who put the show on, who has the bigger following, who has the more success.
Right.
Like, we always want, all right, we'll we'll assess the room as like, all right, that's clearly all of Paperback Tragedy's audience. That's our audience. That's Misdirected's audience. Well, Paperback has the most amount of people here. We want them to stick through the rest of the show. So Paperback, you're going on last. Oh man, we always got to go on last. Bring less friends, like
yeah.
Or we had to deal with the you try to get one band or dealing with people coming and you tell them the show starts at 8:00 and they go, "What time does your band go on?"
Yeah.
Like, show starts at 8:00.
Yeah.
I do it in comedy all the time too. I get it. It's like, hey, I'm doing it like when I go back.
What time do you guys play? Show's probably like 8 or 9, so get there around then. It'd be good.
Yeah, it's like, but what time do you go on? Like, it's that mentality. It's like, you're doing me a favor by coming to see entertainment that I'm providing for you.
Totally.
But
yeah, and then
But also, in fairness, we have gone through a lot of shitty times where we asked our friends to show up while we were not so good. So they do have their own right to go.
Totally.
Like, have you ever? Let's talk about this because I don't let my mother come see me do comedy.
No.
For no reason, and I don't do anything dirty. I'm not offensive. I
right.
barely curse on stage. I just don't want my mother to come to a show, and I don't want her to be. I don't want another comedian who's going to talk about the time that he, whipped his dick out on his girlfriend and chased her around the apartment or whatever. Yeah. I know I'm not going to be dirty. I don't know somebody else is going to be dirty. Do you let your do your parents come to your shows as the band?
So let's see. My mom saw this band once. So she lives down in Newport, Rhode Island, and we played at a pirate festival in New Bedford, so it was kind of nearby.
It's kind of up your alley. You guys would fit well in the pirate
it was sweet.
festival.
Pirate festival was really cool. So we played, and my mom was like, I'm coming with my friend. So they went and they saw us. So that was fine. Time before that, where my mom has seen my band, I think she showed up to a show in Newport. We were playing in Newport. She was walking by with her friends, and she was like, "Wait, is that Michael's band? Michael, what?" And she like walked in because my mom was like, my mom's a partier. She loves her wine, so she was like walking around with her friends, and they were like buzzed, and they like saw us playing and like walked in, like started making fun of us.
You got heckled by your drunk mom.
I was like, "Mom, go away." Literally, it was funny because like we're playing in this like packed room. And then my mom's going, "Michael!" And I was like, "Oh my God, no. Mom, you're embarrassing me in front of my friends." But like just saying to a microphone in front of like a crowd of people is hilarious, But yeah. And then
in all my years involved with musicians, that has never happened.
Oh yeah. And then like, I think like, I'm trying to think, anytime my dad has seen any of my bands, that was like, I think we played a teen center when I was 16, and he came to the show for some reason.
Like, was your parents driving you to shows when you started playing music when you were a teenager?
When I was like 15, 16, they would.
Was it one of those like, just drop me off down the street, I'll carry my amp?
Yeah, I'm trying to think.
Because I've known a lot of people whose parents, they're super supportive.
Yeah.
So if your mom's going to heckle you, she doesn't sound supportive.
No, my mother was extremely supportive. That'll go on the record. No, my mom was really supportive. So when I was like a young...
Even by the fact that she forced you to secretly hide selling weed to get a bass.
Yeah, well...
Instead of like, we'll take you to the guitar center with your bar mitzvah money.
Yeah.
Instead of that, they're not that supportive, but they're supportive enough to turn the blind eye to all shady drug deals.
I mean, they didn't know. They thought I was. No, they knew I wasn't good, but they didn't know why. All they saw was the bad grades, so they didn't know what was going on. But
so your dad showed up to a teen center show.
A teen center show. I think we played a teen center like on a Sunday afternoon, when I was 16. And that was really awkward. I don't know. It's just awkward when my parents show up to shows. I just don't like it.
Yeah, no, I can get it. Yeah,
and you know what? And it's really bratty of me to say. They're my parents, so they should. I don't know. I shouldn't be embarrassed by them watching me play, but I don't know. For some reason, it's kind of weird.
No, it is. And it's the same for me. Like, there's certain people in an audience that I can't do comedy in front of.
Yeah.
My mother's one of them.
Yeah.
My sister has come see me a couple times. I have no problem with her. But there's certain comedians in Boston that I'm like, just go in the other room, please. I don't want you watching me.
Maybe if I was a little more
Not that I'm embarrassed by them or
Yeah.
whatever. Just, like, there's something about their face that makes me...
If I was a little more mainstream, if we were like a pop band, I think I'd be okay with it. It's just that we're playing, like, pretty obnoxious music that...
It's fast and heavy.
Yeah.
Well, it's not heavy, but it's fast.
Yeah.
It's crunchy.
Yeah. It's fast and I don't know.
Fast and dirty.
It's very high energy, so it's I don't know. It's kind of weird just to have your parents like, "What up?"
All right, so now that go back to talking about the freelance work.
Yeah.
Now that you're doing freelance stuff, are you having to schedule your time to do all the business stuff, like writing down, just writing up invoices, doing the tax shit?
Yeah.
Like, have you looked into what the taxes are going to be now that you're on your own?
Yep. Sucks. Yeah.
Like, what's your method for tracking everything?
LegalZoom.com.
Are you using that?
LegalZoom's great.
Okay, so that's how you created your LLC or whatever.
Everything.
No, tracking receipts though, because that is the pain in the ass.
Like of stuff that you can write off.
Yeah.
I just don't even do it.
Oh.
I know.
Really?
Yeah. There's so much that I could write off that I just kind of don't.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. If this is going to be my advice to you,
I know.
A prior experience of other people and running businesses for other people.
Yeah.
Right, dude.
I know.
At worst case scenario,
Get a lot of money back.
yeah, put all put all those receipts. Just take all your receipts and put them in a manila envelope or a bag or something.
Yeah. I
Like,
should. I definitely should. I know.
You're the first business person I ever talked to who's like, fuck taxes.
I'm like, I'll pay him. I don't really care what I get back. Cause
Oh, you won't. That's the thing, though.
Right.
You won't. As running your own business, you're gonna owe so much.
I pay him monthly.
Oh, you already pay.
Yeah.
Oh, you pay out to a monthly, like a.
Yeah.
How do you pay it out monthly? What do you just have a certain account that's for that?
Yeah.
Because that's
Yeah,
something
yeah.
new to me. I don't know this.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You can literally pay like the IRS. It goes through. I don't know. It was also like set up like through my friend who's an accountant who's like, I was like, give me the easiest way to do this. I don't want to have to put all the tax money aside. Can I just pay monthly? He was like, yeah. So we kind of got all that going. I don't even notice it. Just comes right out.
Okay.
It's like electronic transfer. It's probably just going to some hacker in Russia, but I feel good doing it.
Yes, you have no worries, no
Right.
stress.
Right. So no, it just comes out. But I'm only established freelancer for like
3 months, yeah.
yeah.
But you were freelancing before that. But, but you weren't making enough to claim anything. I'm sure,
No,
for that.
totally. It was just like
Yeah, so you're at the infancy of it, where it's like
Yep.
you're now learning this stuff. Are you able to sit down and get your brain to wrap around that business stuff, or
yeah.
because I can't do anything here at home in my room.
Oh.
I can't do work. Like if I have to,
That's tough. That's tough.
When I have to write, I write predominantly on the when I'm at open mics and on the road stuff. I can't write at home. I just can't sit down and write things.
Yeah.
Blog posts are the worst for me. Like when I do blog posts, I work better at my job in between things than I do trying to write anything from home.
Yeah.
The only place I've been able to get stuff done is now that I built this studio. This is my haven.
Yeah,
Some people could
it's
do
nice.
that they can just sit in their bed and work and write. Are you able to do that, or do you have to get out?
So I built the sickest editing suite.
Okay.
I love my editing suite. So it's like a really nice custom build PC, and it's so powerful. And then I had like two 28-inch monitors, and they're just like giant 4K. And then like I have audio monitors too, because I do like audio engineering stuff also, and then like a bunch of other equipment. And I have it at an L desk.
More better or worse than my studio here? Like, do you look at this and go, "Oh, this is cute"? Because this is mostly spare parts.
Yeah.
This is literally shit I've had lying around for years.
The mics and stuff are really nice.
Yeah.
But like I put like a lot into it.
Okay. I've put $0 in this.
Yeah. No, this is great. This is great. No, this is really nice. But
I'm
like,
proud of it. Don't get me wrong. I'm
no,
okay with it.
No, it is really nice. But I
still I hear some condescending
No.
attitude in your voice. No, it looks good. It's like, fuck you. I've built radio studios. This is just leftover shit.
Okay, so I got two 28-inch 4K monitors.
These are monitors that we found in the closet.
Okay, so that win's gonna have to go to me.
That's fine. Yeah, no, you put money into yours. I didn't.
Yeah. My audio monitors are also bigger.
Christmas gift.
Yeah.
Christmas gift from my roommate.
Yeah. I don't know what you got going on under the hood there. But
the roommate who was a musician left this.
Nice. That's sweet. Yeah. But yeah,
we put a new solid state hard drive in it, and I bought an external hard drive for it.
Yeah.
That's all. That's the work that's gone into it.
So
this table was sitting in an extra room.
Yep. So I have a
the
nice
air conditioner that we have over there. We found on the street.
Yeah. So I have a black glass L desk. So
okay.
it's like nice in the corner, and then everything's set up, and it's so sick, and I love the setup, and I just can't work at it. I just sit down and I just like I'm still in my room, and then I like can't do work there. So I ended up buying a new MacBook Pro because I was like I need to be able to be mobile. So I still have this computer that I need to sell if you want to buy it. So yeah, I need to sell this computer. So I'm getting rid of that because I need to have my MacBook. I need to be able to edit like anywhere.
Yeah.
So when I was in California doing that video trip, I was editing like at the table in the RV while we're like on the highway. That was cool. I edit in coffee shops a lot now. So all I need.
Yeah, I've tried the coffee shop thing. Like I'll show up to the coffee shop, I'll get a tea, I'll get a cupcake or whatever. It's like, don't give me the Wi-Fi password. No matter how much I ask you for it, I'll get distracted and look at Facebook the entire time I'm here.
Yeah, so I don't know. And then like all I need to edit is like a pair of headphones, computer, and a mouse.
Yeah.
And or if I have my project on an external hard drive, you get those little lacy ones.
Yeah.
So I just do that.
Oh, dude, but there's thumb drives now that are 3 terabytes and whatever.
Well,
like, who needs an external hard drive when you can like a 3
insane.
terabyte thing the size of your finger?
That's insane. Yeah. So I mean, so I so I try to edit on the go because I do not work well in my room, and I know that now, and it sucks. Unless I sit down and just turn my Wi-Fi off, then I can kind of do it. But I don't know. I love my room though. I got a cool room.
Is it your bedroom with the studio in it, or is it a separate room?
No, it's my bedroom, but it's a huge bedroom. It's like giant.
The 3 bedrooms here are much bigger than this room.
I really lucked out as far as like Alston goes, but yeah, I don't know. And then I got like a ton of instruments and stuff. So like,
have you ever thought about taking the stuff you have there and moving it to the 52 and edit where you guys practice?
Yeah, kind of.
Because that's my next step. Is one day I would love my podcast to make enough money where I can afford to rent a space out of my house.
Yeah. I was thinking of doing it. I could. I probably should do that.
Give it a try. Worst case scenario, what do? You move everything back to your house.
Because I have recording equipment also, like a recording interface that would be way more useful in Studio 52. So I don't know.
Where are you guys recording the new record? Where did you record the new record? You said you guys were doing it all yourselves. Did you have an engineer do it, or did you guys do it yourselves?
Yeah. So my roommate did it. He's an app developer, but he's also by hobby an audio engineer, and he's so good. Like you take an actual engineer who does like apps.
Mm-hmm.
There's so much that goes into that. The kid's like a genius, and then you apply that to like recording and producing a punk album. And he just did like such a good job.
Yeah, because he's laser line focus on it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
It's so sick.
Do you guys know when you're gonna release the new album?
I'm trying. I want to have it released by November 1st.
Okay.
I want to have it out for the Interrupters show. However, I don't know if that's gonna happen. I really have no idea when it's gonna be out.
What are we at? September 3rd?
Yeah. I think it's
months?
doable. It's doable.
It's doable.
It's doable.
It's going to take a lot of work and might take a rush order for the CD production, but
yeah. But we also want to do vinyl, so that vinyl, I know, vinyl may come later on.
Vinyl is well, you can have the CD ready by the end of the show, and then do the CD release show with the vinyl and stuff like that after that. But
the reason we want to do vinyl is literally because Tim Armstrong, the singer of Rancid, was like, he watched our set and he was like, you guys are really awesome. It's about time something good came out of Boston. Now, you guys have a record? And I was like, he's like vinyl. He's like, no, I don't have vinyl yet, but we're gonna be printing it. He's like, nice. As soon as you guys print your vinyl, you get that to me. I want that. I was like, really? What are you gonna do with it? So he wants it. And then, hopefully, it would be, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I mean it's vinyl looks good.
Yeah, it does sell well. It sells really well.
Yeah, vinyl is a good collector's item.
Yeah.
It should come with if you're selling vinyl, if you're selling your record on vinyl and you're not giving a digital download with it, you're wasting everyone's time.
They all come with download codes.
Yeah,
the ones that we'd be getting at least.
So yeah, it's cool to have that big huge like my old roommate back in Baltimore just bought vinyl records because of the cases.
Yeah,
and he would pin them up on the walls, and then he would buy the download code for it too.
Yeah.
But we never owned a turntable.
Right.
Like, he bought them specifically just to hang on the wall. So they looked cool and great.
Yeah.
And that's still a reason to do it. But now... But for listening to it as an audio format, I think it's over. I think the audio quality of vinyl, the warmth, is so overrated. Trust me, those same tube speakers and all that shit, hook it up to a CD player and it'll sound just as warm and cool.
Yeah. I mean, I guess the whole idea is if it's recorded analog, then, like... there's no like bit rate. It's just like a smooth audio file. So that's like the argument. I couldn't give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't
trust
care.
me.
I don't even want
the difference between something being recorded analog and digital is so if everything's done right is so minute.
Yeah.
The vast majority of people will never know the difference.
Yeah.
People like me will know the difference because I'm an audio nerd. Like, audio is my business, but even I don't give a fuck about the difference.
Yeah. So my roommate, he like does so much like analog stuff, and because he has like a studio in his room, and he's like yeah, analog all the way, and he was like playing something in his room. I went and listened to him mixing. I was like, dude, this sounds really fucking good. Damn, dude, analog. You've got a point here. This sounds really good. He's like, oh no, I did this digital. I was like, oh god damn it.
Well, there's do you ever see Project Searchlight?
No.
Project Searchlight was a reality show created on HBO by Matt Damon and Ben Affleck.
Oh, yeah.
They did multiple seasons of this. So
I
basically, they find a filmmaker to come and make a film.
And they do their, okay.
This last season they did with it, which is the first season they did in a long time. The guy making the film was in a long-standing argument with the production company and the producers about doing his movie on actual film and not digital.
Oh, he wanted to do it on film?
He's like, look, it's going to cost extra money.
Yeah.
It's going to be this.
He's arguing with their DP, just like...
Yeah, it's like in the pre-production of it, it's like they went and brought 3 different people to show them how they can still get the same...
He got the show.
Yeah.
But he's arguing...
Yeah, well, they brought him to 3 different editors to show him, was like, you can make digital look just as good as film. Here's the proof. He's like, no, I still want to do it on film. And it just became a hassle, and it's kind of that bullshit that we believe that because it's older it's better or whatever. There's some things that are, but there's something that's
sentimental.
Not. Yeah, trust me. A turntable hooked up to bad speakers still sounds like shit.
Right.
No matter what.
Yeah, definitely.
So, all right. So now that you're freelancing doing videography, what's on the horizon for you? Like, what's your goal plan with for the next couple months with it?
Yeah. So,
do you have one? I need to have goal plans, and I need to hear other people's plans too.
Right. So right now I'm in the stage where I'm like, what do I want to do? I'm trying to figure out what I want to do that'll just be awesome. Because what I come to find is if you think of something really, really cool to do, you just make a plan and then you just do that. You know. so I'm out of ideas.
Oh, okay.
Kind of bored with everything.
Fair enough.
Like, I don't know. I'm like, where do I want to go for New Year's? I want to go away for a month, but everywhere's so boring.
If you went away on a holiday for a month, would you try to do video work wherever you're going?
So that's actually what I am looking into doing. I don't
like
know
the fucking inline or whatever they're called. The
fuck it list.
The fuck it list guys.
Yeah.
Could you if you went to California? Can you go? Hey guys, I'm coming to California for a month. Can I do a couple projects for you for a couple extra bucks while I'm in town?
Yeah. So the way that we set things up is that I can literally go to them at any point and just shoot with them for a month or whenever. So I could do that. I could get.
It must be nice that they have that money. It's like, we're just going to pay somebody a month.
Well, it's they work a lot. They work a lot.
I mean, there's a hustle to the whole YouTube thing. I'm not gonna. Yeah. I don't dog YouTubers.
Yep.
As a whole, like Grace Helbig, she's a fucking amazing talent.
I don't know how they're doing for money yet. But the channel's doing well.
Yeah.
And I know that like 1 million views is about $2,000 on YouTube.
I didn't know there was an actual number.
Oh
number
yeah,
matrix.
it's
That
about
sounds about right. Okay.
It's about that, and they post daily videos.
So $1 million equates about $1,000 in a YouTube partnership. A million views,
$2,000.
$2,000. Okay,
Yeah.
It's a good number to know.
Ish, but that can also change. Like the more people you have, that goes up. So 1 million views, you'll get $3,000. So I don't know. So since they're doing daily videos, and they all get a lot of views, I think the channel is starting to make money, but I have no idea.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I kind of want to do another like bike tour. I love traveling.
Mm-hmm. Bicycle or motorcycle?
Bicycle, yeah. So
tell me about a bicycle tour, because a motorcycle tour I get.
Yeah. So I've done a few bike tours.
Where you just tour the country on a bicycle?
Yeah.
Ugh.
I love it.
No, it sounds like fun, but then I just think about my legs at the end of the day.
I used to be a pedicabber.
Okay.
Which is why the band is called Mickey Rickshaw. Because my name is Mike Rickshaw, and I didn't want to name a solo project after myself because that's very douchey. The Mike Rickshaw experience. So my buddy was like, yo, just do Mickey Rickshaw. And I was like, yeah, okay. And that was it. Literally nothing.
Does everyone in the band call themselves last name Rickshaw?
Nah.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't think Shane Rickshaw, Jake Rickshaw.
Because I think I saw something. Don't you go by Mike Rickshaw?
On my Instagram, yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe they're gamer tags or something. I don't know.
Well, I've had plenty of bands I know where they call themselves, they do the Ramones thing.
Of course,
where it's like Johnny Ramone, Joey Ramone, or whatever their band's name happen to be. And it's fun for a moment, and then at the same time, you're like, kind of cheesy, but still kind of fun to still do it.
Right. Yeah.
You know, like the spring, where is it on here? Do I still have the single? Yeah, this band Singleton, friends of mine back in Baltimore. They're no longer together, but before they were Singletons, they were Springfield. So everybody in the band was last name Springfield. When two of the members, when the Springfields disbanded, they formed Singleton. Everybody in the band were the Singletons.
Right.
So it happens.
No, we don't really do the nickname thing. Like I know the Dropkicks, they like each one of their bagpipe player has a silly nickname.
Yeah.
It's like Scruffy McGinnis.
Scruffy McGinnis.
So we don't do that.
It's Bobby McTavish Smith.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know. We don't really do the nickname thing. But I want to do a bike tour.
Let's talk about because
I don't know. I love going away for New Year's. I went to Ireland last year for like 6 days and just like visit friends and family. I just love it over there. But
there's your bike tours across America. Like, what do you camp out? Do you stay at hotels?
Yeah, so you camp. You throw a tent, a sleeping bag, and like you have 2 panniers, which are the bags on the bike.
Okay.
You have like some equipment in there, and you just ride all day until you find a camp spot and you just camp there. So
do you do these by yourselves?
So I did
by yourself?
No. So I did the first one when I was in California when I was 20. My best friend and I flew out to San Francisco and rode bikes to San Diego, and it took like 12 days, and we didn't know at all what we were doing. We actually, as a joke, I told my mom that I was sleeping at his house. He told his mom that he was sleeping at my house.
Classic.
Because that's funny. That's like from movies. And she was like, "Why are you telling me this? I don't care that you're sleeping there." So then the next day I texted her a picture of me at the Golden Gate Bridge with a bike. And she's like, "What the fuck are you doing?" So that was the first bike tour, and I loved it.
Your chroma keying ability is going really good, Mikey.
Yeah. So then maybe 2 years ago, my girlfriend at the time and I flew out to Portugal and rode a bike down the coast for 2 weeks, shooting an ad for a bike company. And I kind of want to do something like that again. I want to go to Italy and like do a good portion of the country by bike, so I can also speak Italian again because I missed that.
Speak your dirty Southern Italian again.
Yeah. But I have no idea. I don't know what to do, but I have all the freedom in the world, so it's great.
No, that's a great place to be right now, especially when you're an artist.
Right, because I'm like, all right. So right now I'm not working a desk job. So now's the time where I can go and do anything. So like, I don't know. Do I go to like Thailand and Vietnam for like 3 months or something? Like I have no idea. So I might do something wacky like that.
Well, doesn't the band kind of hold you down from doing things like that? It's like we got band commitments.
Yeah.
We got shows that we have booked.
Yeah. So right now we don't really have many shows booked.
Do you ever try buskering while you're out on those tours?
Not really. I feel
I feel like
awkward.
I feel like there's a fun thing to that. Like
Yeah.
as long as you're not relying on it, it's like fuck it. I'm gonna just start
No,
playing on the
totally.
street corner and put a hat down.
Totally. Busking is so awkward. People look down at you. I don't know.
I mean, I know how I look at buskers when I walk past, but I feel like do you really feel that bad when somebody walks past and doesn't pay attention to you?
Yeah.
Really? Okay.
Fuck that guy.
Because most musicians, I don't think, get that.
No,
like, as a comedian, when we do an open mic, it needs to be an interaction, and the audience isn't paying attention. It's soul crushing.
Yeah.
But if you're a musician at a show, we're trained as people that when the music stops, we applaud. So you don't realize that people are not that they're disconnected. They're just happen to be applauding because that's what we do.
Busking's weird because people generally don't stand and watch unless you're like loud and have like a really good thing going. Usually people, if they're gonna give you money, they see you from like, I don't know, 40 yards away. They go in their pocket and get change and like walk by and like drop the change in really respectfully, but like not trying to like look cool doing it. You know what I mean? Like it's a really weird thing. We're just like, here.
It's almost pity change.
Yeah, it's really weird. It's like oh well, I appreciate music also, so that's cool that you're busking.
But meanwhile, they didn't take their headphones off.
Yeah, I know, right? So
they haven't taken their earbuds out, but they'll like, I know what you're going through.
Yeah. Busking is weird. I don't really do it. I've done it in Harvard Square with like, I play an acoustic, our fiddle player plays, and our tin whistle player.
Yeah.
So there we have like an actual thing, and I have a foot tambourine. So we've got like a kind of full band sound. So like a lot of people like stand around and watch that. That's fun.
As a comedian, I would love to have that in that situation, but it just doesn't translate well. Like I've been joking since I moved here about starting a comedy show at the T in the T station, call it Comma T, and just have different comedians come up and try to do, but it's never logistically ever going to work.
Yeah,
because it takes a lot more concentration, and nobody yells at a musician when they're playing a song.
Right.
Meanwhile, you tell jokes, people will yell at you.
Oh yeah.
Like there's so many comedy shows where somebody
so
walks into a place and they just start yelling because they're like, "Oh, a comedian's on stage. Let me yell at you, funny guy."
Yeah. Now, do you have a go-to when you say you're a comedian? Then tell me a joke.
I used to tell people, it's like, see, comedian's the only profession where people ask you to perform off duty. Like nobody's ever met an accountant, thrown money at them, and go, "Here, count this."
Right.
Now I just tell people, it's like, if you're gonna pay, you have to pay. I'm off duty. You don't work off the clock, so don't ask me to.
Yeah.
That's the thing I tell people now. Have everybody, when you're a musician, they're like at a party, there was like, "Oh, you're a musician. Here's the guitar." You ever had that?
Yeah, and I do the same thing every time. I sing Italian opera. I do.
Because you know the Italian now.
They don't expect it. They're like, "Oh, the guitar."
I love it.
Quando sono solo sogno l'orizzonte manca le parole. Every time. Every time.
That's beautiful. I like
it. It's the funniest thing. Like, why do you know that? Like, I speak Italian. Duh. Like, why do you speak Italian? Like, I lived in Italy.
It's a good conversation starter.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's a whole thing.
All right. Well, if people want to check out the band, we're gonna. Can I tack a song on to the end of this podcast?
Yeah, definitely.
All right. So we'll tack a song on it. We'll figure it out later what song it's gonna be.
Yeah.
This is my bad intro to the song, but if they want to check out the band, they can do it. MickeyRickshaw.bandcamp.com.
Yep. Or Facebook.com/Mickey Rickshaw.
So, and if you're in the New England area, November 1st, Brighton Music Hall, which is literally less than a mile down the street from the studio here.
Yep.
You can check them out with the Interrupters and the
Back Hop. The Doped Up Dollies.
Yes, and they are fantastic.
They're pretty cool, yeah.
If you have not seen the Doped Up Dollies, it's different stuff. Like if whatever you're into, Doped Up Dollies are different.
Yeah,
they're like
fun.
a doo-woppy all-female
Doo-wop,
group.
50s style, fun, Betty Boop.
Betty Page, pinup style stuff.
Girl. Yeah, no, they're cool.
They are fun.
Dance,
if you're in the New England area, November 1st, maybe we'll have an unofficial what do you really do podcast meet up in there. That's not going to happen.
Also, also for that show, November 1st, if you're in the area, if you hit my drummer in the face or head with a beer bottle, you'll get a free shirt.
We'll give you a free shirt.
And probably a foot massage. I don't know. Hit him in the face, right? right in his mouth breathing face.
Don't hit any other drummers in the face. Just Mickey Rickshaw's drummer.
Right. His name is Crisco.
All right, Mike. Thanks for coming in.
All right. Thanks a lot.
for being the one that showed up.
Yeah. Hey. Yeah.
Now here's new music from the band Mickey Rickshaw. It's Non-Profit Warfare on So What Do You Really Do?
Can you smell the gasoline? Aleppo city's burning. Nobody's learning from a bloody history. Can you hear the screams of a fleeting generation across a bleeding nation? 200,000 sleep. Hush, little Sarah, don't close your eyes tonight. We've got to cross before the morning light. Border guards may chase us, prisoners they'll make us. The Western world can sleep without a care. It's non-profit warfare. And while the world is fast asleep, Aleppo city's burning. Your mother, she was hurting. She didn't want you to hear her weep. And so we left this rubble land that buried our relations, set our foreign nation across the salty sea. Hush, little Sarah, don't close your eyes tonight. We've got to cross before the morning light. Border guards may chase us, prisoners they'll make us. The Western world can sleep without a care. It's non-profit warfare. And as the ocean pulled you farther, I lost you to the water. And as the ocean pulled you farther, I lost you to the water. Can you smell the gasoline? Aleppo city's burning. Nobody's learning from a bloody history. And can you hear the screams of a fleeting generation across a bleeding nation? 200,000 sleep. Little Sarah, don't close your eyes tonight. We've got to cross before the morning light. Border guards may chase us, prisoners they'll make us. The Western world can sleep without a care. It's non-profit warfare.
And there you have it, my podcast with Mike Rickshaw from the band Mickey Rickshaw and their brand new song, Non-Profit Warfare. Again, if you like them, go check them out, Bandcamp. MickeyRickshaw.bandcamp.com. That Bandcamp logo or addressing gets very confusing at times. Anyway, like I said, this was a super interesting podcast. I think that we learned a lot about him that I would not have known going in. I didn't know about this stuff going in because we're mostly strangers. We met once. We've texted back a few times about scheduling stuff, but we've never actually sat down and had a conversation. And I like that. I like learning things on the fly. You know, we did trash Berkeley a little bit, especially since after having the Dirty Dottys on, who are all like basically almost all graduates of Berkeley. We, balancing the scale. Scales. We're fair and balanced here on So Really, What Do You Really Do? The podcast. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed all that. Thank you again for listening, downloading. And if you have left a comment on iTunes or Stitcher, I appreciate somebody just left a brand new comment on one of them on Stitcher the other day. So if you're at Stitcher listener, thank you so much for doing that. If you have not left a podcast review on iTunes or Stitcher, please do so. I know it's a lot to ask, but if you could just do that, take a few seconds out of your day and just give it a 5-star review if you believe it deserves 5 stars, and leave a review, because it does help people learn more about the artists that we have on here. It spreads it out. I've said that at the end of every podcast pretty much, but I'm going to keep saying it because, damn it, I need people to do that. I want to keep sharing this stuff with them. So anyway, thank you guys so much for listening and for tweeting about it. A lot of people have just found out about the podcast recently through my good friend Amy Rose Ranger. She was here after I was showing off my studio. Emily Ruskowski, a local comedian here in Boston, just recorded her CD, so look out for that. I'm going to have Emily on here soon, probably when I do medical month, because she works in the mental health thing. She's not a doctor or anything like that, but I'm going to have, I don't know. I keep talking about I have all these dreams for different show months, and I need to get my ass in gear and do it. So I will, I promise. Anyway, we had a little after party here in the yard because, as you know, I enjoy my backyard. I make it very nice. So we had the little after party here, and I showed off the studio to Rob Crean and Amy Rose Ranger, who are 2 local Boston comedians who are also actors, and they do the Freedom Trail stuff. And they're just great people. So I showed off my studio to them that I'm very proud of, and Amy took a picture and posted it. And it's like, hey, look, here's Dennis in his element at the podcast studio. And now a bunch of people are like, so wait, you have a podcast? What is it? And then I have to curl out of my insecurity ball and tell them, well, it's here, you can find it. Thanks for not listening to any of my posts about I don't post enough about this, and I should. I am proud of what I'm doing. Just weird being self-promoty. I don't know. I guess it's easier. I should just take it sound that I'm not promoting myself, I'm promoting my guests. Oh, by the way, I just actually got to hang out with the Dirty Dottys the other day. They did, if you listen to the podcast with the Dirty Dottys, they were doing a Thursday night booze cruise through the harbor all summer long. And I made sure that I went on the last one to hang out with them again. It was a great time. The boat did break down trying the dock, so we were kind of stranded in the middle of the harbor for a little bit. And then I came back Saturday, saw her other band, World Gone Crazy, the comedy parody band. And that was a fun time as well. Got to bring my buddy Damian Burke, get him out of his house. My comedian friend Damian Burke, got to hang out with him, I'd say we did catching up, but it was mostly me complaining about a lot of things to him, which is mostly whatever my conversation is with people, is me complaining about something. So anyway, it's been a good couple of days. Got 2 podcasts out of the way this Labor Day weekend. Got to hang out, go on 2 cruises, hang out with 2 different bands. Got to bring in somebody on the podcast that I didn't get to bring in. So like I said, if you want to come see them in the New England area, November 1st at Brighton Music Hall, you heard it on the podcast. You're going to hear it again. They're going to play with the Interrupters and Bad Cop, and I think it's going to be a great show because there's a lot of great bands on. So if you want to go to that show, I'm going to be there. Feel free to tweet me. Maybe we'll meet up on the way to or from there or something like that. And September the 17th. Yeah, September 17th, Saturday, September 17th, if you're in the New England area. Former guest on the podcast, Chris Eller, his other band, the Huntingtons, are going to be playing at Koto in Salem. Again, another show I'm going to go to. So if you enjoy the Ramones, or if you just enjoy hanging out, or if you enjoy good sushi, because I hear that place has great sushi, go ahead and meet us up there, 8 o'clock, Koto, Salem. I'm going to be there. If you're going to be there, if you want to head out to there or do something like that, hit me up on the Twitters at DeadAirDennis. I'm actually going to be dog sitting for my buddy Phil that day. And then I'm going to be hanging out with a cute, adorable, goddamn cute, adorable, snuggly beagle. And that's going to be, so I'm going to be in a joyous mood. I'm going to get to hang out with a friend, see some awesome bands, and I get to hang out with a dog all day before I go. So I'm going to be in a great mood. If you want to see Dead or Dennis in a great mood, that is the time to go do it. All right, guys, thanks again for listening. Take care.
the time.